bright. Racing cars and sound alone. Feel the rush, a world unknown.
Currently on screen is Rauderberg's avatar, which is a large stylized letter R in a white circle with a blue border, with text below that saying starting soon, and the entire scene flickers every 5 seconds or so.
Despair in the blind gaming club we thrive. Hear the cheers, feel alive. Kicking ass in Mortal Kombat. No side needed, we got that. In the blind gaming club we thrive. Hear the cheers, feel alive. Kicking ass in Mortal Kombat. No side needed, we got that.
Currently on screen is Rauderberg's avatar, which is a large stylized letter R in a white circle with a blue border, with text below that saying starting soon, and the entire scene flickers every 5 seconds or so.
Touch the sky. Headphones on, controllers tight. In our world, no black or white. Just the sound, the sense, the feel. Gaming blind, but also real. In the blind gaming club, we thrive. Hear the cheers, feel alive. Kicking ass in Mortal Kombat. No side needed, we got that.
Currently on screen is Rauderberg's avatar, which is a large stylized letter R in a white circle with a blue border, with text below that saying starting soon, and the entire scene flickers every 5 seconds or so.
Headphones on, controllers tight. In our world, no black or white. Just the sound, the sense, the feel. Gaming blind, but also real. In the blind gaming club, we thrive. Hear the cheers, feel alive. Kicking ass in Mortal Kombat. No side needed.
Currently on screen is Rauderberg's avatar, which is a large stylized letter R in a white circle with a blue border, with text below that saying starting soon, and the entire scene flickers every 5 seconds or so. Currently on screen is Rauderberg's avatar, which is a large stylized letter R in a white circle with a blue border, with text below that saying starting soon, and the entire scene flickers every 5 seconds or so. Currently on screen is Rauderberg's avatar, which is a large stylized letter R in a white circle with a blue border, with text below that saying starting soon, and the entire scene flickers every 5 seconds or so. Currently on screen is Rauderberg's avatar, which is a large stylized letter R in a white circle with a blue border, with text below that saying starting soon, and the entire scene flickers every 5 seconds or so. Currently on screen is Rauderberg's avatar, which is a large stylized letter R in a white circle with a blue border, with text below that saying starting soon, and the entire scene flickers every 5 seconds or so.
Blind Boy Bibi Hauer.
Currently on screen is Roderberg's avatar, which is a large stylized letter R in a white circle with a blue border, with text below that saying starting soon, and the entire scene flickers every 5 seconds or so.
Microphone now unmuted. You can start talking. Desktop audio unmuted now.
Hey, mic test. Yep, that's working. Good.
Alt F4.
Right,
Shut down Windows dialog. Select the option that best describes
Don't do
Taskbar.
that.
Roderberg 69-Twitch-Google Chrome. Roderberg 69 Alt F4. Odds 3101
Right,
profile colon untitled dash
okay.
scenes
Good
colon
morning,
untitled.
good evening,
Odds
good
3101
afternoon, and good
one dash
night. And
profile colon
how are
untitled
you
dash scenes
going,
colon
Biddy?
untitled. Odds
Welcome in.
3101
Blind Boy
one
BB
dash
can
profile
hear
colon
you in
untitled dash
music.
scenes colon untitled. 100%. 100% combo box.
Yeah,
Canvas
yeah,
left per
got
round 1920
music
x
playing.
1080 right per
Is
round.
it-
Down.
It's a little bit loud my end. I hope it's
See
not
you
too
after
loud
the
for the
ads.
stream. Just the intro music. While we set up, right, I believe we have an image on the screen, which should be a plane cockpit. Okay, so we covered the world. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night.
Ryokas Lair morning.
Hey, morning Aussie. How you going? Hope everything goes well today. Don't want any problems. Right, so, yeah, don't bring me down. Okay, so,
Camaro 97 high.
Hey, Camaro, welcome in, buddy. Good to see you back. Yes, gonna show off the new stuff in Eurofly with my co-pilot, which I've got to remember to set everything up. So let me switch over to Eurofly.
Task switching. Free flight.
There
Free
we
flight dialog. My
go.
planes combo box. 1.
Okay, so, let me, Bruce. Yeah, don't bring me down, Bruce. Fucking Bruce. Yeah, I hope everybody's having a good day. So we'll get the formalities out of the way like usual. Welcome to BGC Airlines. We're having a lovely flight today.
Don't miss the
Flying
action.
from
Subscribe now.
Sydney to Brisbane in an Airbus A340-500. Nice big 4 jet engine plane. So yeah, part of the Blind Gaming Club. That's what BGC Airlines is. So if you're interested in anything we do, we play lots of accessible games. Anything's accessible, we'll give it a go. Just like today's game, which is primarily made for blind and low vision people. It's an audio game, which we'll go into shortly. But we play Mortal Kombat, Forza Motorsport, and all the other ones. Spider-Man 2, The Last of Us, Part 1 and 2. There's lots of games out there for people to play. So if you're interested in finding out more, you can check out our website or you can join our Discord.
Alt 2.
For more
Sorry.
info about the Blind Gaming Club, here's the link https://blindgamingclub.com, and to join our Discord, here's the link https://discord.gg/sp2fzgqq.
Okay, just as for reference today, different screen reader, so you will hear what I'm doing on my Windows and changing things, unfortunately. But that's fine. We'll get over that and move on. I've just found, I don't know whether it's my system or whether it's NVDA or what it is, but when I try playing Eurofly 3 with NVDA, I get all these weird sound artifacts and stuff. So, that's the end of that song. Ooh. Yeah, so playing the 70s playlist today. That won't be staying on, though. I'll turn that off once we start flying. I don't think we'll hear it over the engines anyway. But okay, so what we're doing today is a flight in an Airbus A340-500. We're flying from Sydney to Brisbane in Eurofly 3, the flight simulator for the blind, which is currently still in beta. But they did have a huge update in January, so that's what I'm showing off today. All right, we might turn...
Speaker.bop-1 running window button. Code file explorer button.
Where are
Code
you?
it button. Spotify-1 running
there
window
it
button.
is.
Free flight window. Spotify-1 running window. Kansas-carry on wayward son. List free flight window. Spotify-1 running window button.
You're right if I could find my
Free
mouse.
flight window. Zoom text 2025-1 Spotify-1 running window button. Free flight window. Spotify-1 running window button.
Where are
Zoom
you?
text 2025-1 running window. Zoom text 2000 Spotify-1 running window button.
There we
Task
go.
switcher list box.
Right.
Free flight window.
So we'll stop that for playing for now. That's confusing me a little bit. So let's jump into the plane. Maybe if we get onto
Task
the
switching.
window.
Free flight. Free flight. Beechcraft 36 Cessna C1 Mooney M20 Piper Arrow -2. Airbus A300 Eliashin Sob 343. Airbus A340-500 Sydney Kingsford Smith left parenthesis right
All right.
enter. Odds 3 Australia and Oceania 270. Dashboard.
Steering controls ready.
Okay. Don't know why that does that, but when it actually opens a Eurofly window, it closes one and reopens it. So
Task switching. Odds 3 1 0
that's
1 dash profile colon
why
title dash
you
scenes.
heard my
Task switching.
OBS
Dashboard.
window.
Dashboard.
Okay. Now, this is going to sound nasty, but for those slow listeners, I'm going to decrease my text-to-speech for you.
199 176 166 159 160.
All right. Hopefully that'll be a little bit better for people so you can understand what she's saying. But yeah, so as I said, we're flying from Sydney to Brisbane. We're going to pick up passengers at Sydney and we're going to take them to Brisbane. But I'm doing things a little bit different today. So just so any sighted people that are watching, right now you can see a cockpit on the screen, but that's just a generated image.
Blind Boy BB stream keeps freezing, but it's more than likely my issue. I've been having Twitch issues.
Oh, how's it to you, Aussie? Am I coming through okay or am I freezing?
Blind Boy BB, so if I'm quiet, you know why.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just double checking that it's not me. Anybody else having problems with me freezing?
Ryokus Lair okay to me.
Okay, cool. Just double checking. I don't want it to be me. But no, that's fine if you're quiet, BB. Okay, so...
Camaro 97 sounds good to me.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much, guys. I don't know where Smurf is, my moderator. Just an interesting fact for you guys. If you'd like to see how long you've been following me, you can do a command, exclamation follow time, all as one word, and it'll tell you how long you've been following me. But yeah, so today I'm going to attempt to fly the plane correctly. So when we get to the destination airport, rather than turn away for the airport and fly all the way out, like 35 k's out, I'm actually going to try and turn to the airport from the E marker and line up and everything from there. And I'm going to do a spoiler landing, not a stall landing. So this could be interesting. I haven't done it like that for a long time, but somebody did point out on my YouTube that if and when Eurofly implements weather and you've got a headwind and you're at 1 kilometre above the stall speed, you could all of a sudden fall out of the sky, which I agree with. I just got lazy, so that's all good. But right, so today I'm using my co-pilot Liam again, which I need to switch to
Blind
him.
Boy BBBRB gonna restart net.
Okay, no worries, dude. So yeah, so I better switch over to that and get that set up. So just so people are aware, I use an Xbox controller to fly the plane because I use it to increase altitude, decrease, turn left and right with the wheels on the ground, to bank left and right, and I check a lot of the plane systems with buttons on the controller. So that's one thing I do, and I do recommend doing it that way. It does make it easier, less stressful when you're coming into land. You don't have to keep tapping on your keys trying to level out. You just let go of the stick and it goes back to level. So the next thing is I'm using a program called Voice Attack to do voice commands. So what that does is I do a voice command and then it presses keys for me. I don't have to do the keys. All my videos show this, so it's not an old thing. However, I always say at this point, the program is very inaccessible. You will need sighted assistance to set it up. Once you set the profiles up, you can just use your voice to switch between them and all that, so it's good. But there is a new version coming, and I've been working with the developer I've been testing with the developer and just giving suggestions to rectify small problems. But the next version will be, I won't say it's 100% accessible. I'll say 95%. There's just a few things you've got to do to make it accessible, because apparently there's some things that the program does, and if it's got screen navigation, it breaks those commands. But I don't see any of us using those, so you can actually turn the main screen navigation on and off for the program. So it's pretty cool. Everything's working well from the tests, but it should be hopefully released soon. And that's all I'll say about that. But all right, so I'm going to switch to my my plan. So this is how the program works. I'm currently in a different profile, so I've got to switch to my Airbus 340 profile. So this is how I do that. Switch to default profile. Profile name.
This is the default profile called My Profile.
Right, just making sure that that's working. And of course, you guys can hear that, because I had a little bit of a problem yesterday. I couldn't hear it through the stream. Switch to Eurofly profile. Profile name.
You are in the Eurofly profile.
Normally, I wouldn't check this. I would just go through, but I'm just doing the demonstration of what you can do. Now, these are all voice commands that I've set up. So, and yeah, so Aussie, you can hear my voice attack. Okay. Switch to Airbus 340 male profile.
Ryokas Lair Yep.
Yep, cool. Switch to the Airbus 340 male profile. Profile name.
This is the Airbus 340 male profile.
This is the one we want. So this is this has got all the keystrokes and stuff set up that I needed, which I've just updated to suit the new conditions. So I'll just briefly go over some of the changes to Eurofly 3 since the last patch. So now you can use gates as well as stands, and the pushback feature now works, and I have had to use it once only. I still seem to be getting assigned stands a lot, so I hope we get a gate today.
Blind Boy BBOK back. Firmware
back.
updated.
Ah, cool. Welcome back. Hopefully your problem's resolved and you're not hearing me in broken up format. Sorry. I know, I'm a dickhead. So that's one of the main things. You can now do pushback. Also, you get penalised for going through stands and things like that now if you don't have permission to be in
Jenna
it.
Smurf, hello.
Hey, Smurf, welcome in, buddy. You're running a bit late, but that's good. I was running early. So you've got to have permission to enter places now. So if you enter through a stand that you don't have permission for, you'll receive a penalty. But unfortunately, when you get to the end of the flight, if that's the only penalty you've got, which I had the other day, it said I entered the runway without permission. So I have put in a bug report about that, and I hope they rectify it. Well, that's another thing. There's a new bug reporting facility. You go to the About and tab across to the bug reporting. So if you've got any bugs in here, make sure you report them. I've reported a couple of small things. And I know Stefan is working on them because some of them are closed, some of them are waiting, some of them are in process. So he is working on them. So that brings me to the runway. You can't enter the runway without permission anymore. And if you do, you'll get penalised for that. So if you land on the incorrect runway, you'll be punished severely. Collisions is also working now, apparently. So if you all of a sudden get a thing saying stop, you may collide. Well, stop. Otherwise, you'll collide with somebody. They'll get blowed up too, but you'll be the one getting punished for it. So also, you can get insurance now. You can pay 10% of the cost of your flight to not lose all those points and stuff, which I think it's a good idea. Will I use it? I don't know. Maybe for some of the bigger flights, because 10% of nothing's still a lot. Like this flight today, I think I get 1 point, massive, and I get $48 for about an hour and a half flight. So, but we'll get moving. We'll get moving. There are a lot of other things that are in the game now that I probably haven't come across. One other thing that's very important, when you ask for clearance to land now, you must be within 5 kilometres, just like the ILS. So you can't ask for permission to land until you're under 5 kilometres from the airport. So that one's very important.
Blind boy BB number 1 would insure me, lol.
Yeah. Stop rushing me, man. Right. So I'm going to start up and I'm going to... Oh, don't do that. That's one of my commands. Thank God it didn't trigger. All right, so I'm going to do this just as I did in one of my other videos. I'm going to run all the checklists and everything, and we'll do this like we're at
Blind boy BB number 1 would insure me, I said lol.
Oh, no one would insure you. Well, we are blind pilots, so they can't hold that against you. But yeah, you crash a lot. I think we should call you that, Sir Crash a Lot. Yeah, sorry, I didn't pick that up. I thought it said show me or something. My apologies. But yeah, so right. So let's get underway. So I'm currently in Sydney. Nothing will be working because we're sitting, I hope we're in the hangar. Oop, sorry, just tapped my watch on the mic stand. All right, let's get underway and we'll start talking to our co-pilot Liam. No, I'm not doing any fancy radio voices or anything today. I'm just doing my voice. But yeah, video still be good. Lots of new information, lots of new stuff to do. All right, let's get going. Checklist 1.
Hello, Captain. Glad to be flying with you today. Please check the hangar doors, if we are in the hangar. Make sure they are open, and then you can start up the plane's primary systems using startup as the command and wait until it completes.
Okay. They're saying finally. Hangar door status.
Hangar doors closed, vertical bar west.
Right. Open hangar doors. Open hangar doors. 1 second. Open the hangar door. Sorry, just had to clear my throat. Kermit was trying to get out. So how was your weekend, Liam? Good, I hope.
Blind boy BB lol, someone locked
Hangar
the door.
doors open.
Yeah, they did. I had to get out of the plane, walk over and flip the lever. That's what took me so long. All right. Hangar door status.
Hangar doors open, vertical bar west.
Right. So we're in the hangar where it's to my west, which I'm hoping to God I'm facing west. So I do know these airports. So when I leave the hangar and everything, I do know where to go from here. So, all right, let's move on to getting the plane running. Startup. That's the new battery sounds. They've been in quite some time.
Computer on. Seatbelt strobe lights on. Taxi lights on. Cabin lights on. Landing lights on. Radio on. Transponder on.
Takes a while to start that big bitch up. I think it's 160 tons or something. We'll check that when we're
Primary
doing
startup
some...
is complete, Captain. All primary systems are running, including the APU. Please press 9 key and get radio frequency for ground control, and switch to that frequency and then move on to checklist 2, using that as the command.
Thank you, Liam.
9. Combo box. Sydney-Kingsford Smith ground control 120.5. Escape. Edit.
Set radio frequency.
Set frequency. Set 1, 2, 0. 120. Period. 5. Sydney-Kingsford Smith ground control. Edit.
Just wait for the tower to contact us back.
SK643. Welcome to our airport.
Thanks, dude. Right, so now we'll move on to checklist 2. Checklist 2.
Excellent. We can now set our flight plan. Please open the map systems using Control plus F8 key and choose our destination airport and press spacebar to add it as our destination. Once you have completed that, contact ground control and create the flight plan, and then we will move on to checklist 3 by using that as the command.
Great, let's move on. So we want that.
Control F8. Combo box. State of New South Wales, Sydney-Kingsford, State of Victoria, Melbourne - State of Queensland, Brisbane - YBBN left,
Come
751
on.
kilometers, 105
Adds in
right,
2
53
minutes,
minutes
chat.
added to navigation.
Right, so that's
Escape.
added.
Edit.
Now let's contact the tower.
F1. Combo box. Board - ask engines - asking fuel - asking for fuel gate -
Man,
asking for gate
that's
assignment.
slow.
Plan - I want to create a flight plan. Enter. Call sign read only edit. SK 643.
Right, so that's our call sign.
Select destination combo box. State of Queensland, Brisbane -
Our
YBBN.
destination is Brisbane.
Filter edit. Flight description edit.
We'll do a flight description.
GENERAL. General. OPASENGER. Passenger. FLIGHT.
Right, so it's a general passenger flight.
Flight. Requesting combo box. Navigated flight.
We'll
Direct
do,
flight.
hopefully we'll get a direct flight.
My waypoints combo box. Brisbane.
Waypoints only Brisbane.
Passengers checkbox not checked.
We want
Space,
passengers.
Checked. Loss insurance left. 10% right. Checkbox not checked.
That's the new checkbox for the loss insurance. I'm not going to do it, because if I crash, I crash.
Request flight button.
Better not, though. Right, so let's request the flight.
Ryo Koslair, I usually put BGC Airlines in that field. Lol.
Well, it does say in my profile that I'm BGC, so yeah.
Enter. Edit.
Set transponder.
Set transponder code. Set transponder code edit.
SK643. Flight plan accepted. Set transponder to 9091.
7
Ooh.
7 9 0 8 8 9 1
Was that right?
9091. Enter. Edit. Space.
SK643. Flight plan accepted. Set transponder to 9091.
Yep, we got it right. Thank God. Don't want to have the wrong transponder. They won't know who the flippin' hell I am. Okay, so that's that part done. Checklist 3.
Very good, Captain. We are currently on schedule. Now in the plane properties,
Cool.
you need to go to the flight plan tab and see how much fuel is required for the flight. Then contact ground control and request the refueling truck.
Blind Boy BB
When
will be
prompted,
listening,
type
just
in the
making food.
necessary fuel
Safe
No worries,
takeoff.
dude.
Once
Alright,
fueled, we will move on
takeoff's
to
not a
checklist
problem.
4, using that as the command. Make sure you do not move on until the refueling is complete.
Do you have the ad, guys? Okay, so I'll check the fuel.
See you
but
after the ads.
I think I have enough.
7075
Yeah.
liters.
It just keeps the fuel from the last time. I was doing a little bit of testing and I forgot all about it and I put fuel in, so I apologise. But we'll still go and check it out. So we want to open the plane properties.
Control enter. Combo box.
We're on
Pilot
tab
Roderberg
across to
69
our
left
flight
2 right
plan.
paren. Combo box. Flight plan. Starting airport Sydney Kings destination airport Brisbane YB backup destination airport Sydney Kingsford Smith SE left
So we're
paren, State of
leaving
New South
Sydney
Wales
and our
right
backup
paren.
airport Sydney. So
Flight not monitored by National Air Traffic Control.
we're not monitored, so there's no
Direct flight.
waypoints. The direct flight.
Planned flyover areas State of New South Wales.
We're going to fly over New
Tasman
South
Sea.
Wales, Tasman
State of
Sea, Queensland.
Length of planned flight
Length of planned flight.
751 kilometers.
751 k's.
49 minutes.
49 minutes? Yeah, that's only for the flight. That's not how
Length of
long it
flight to
takes
the
us to
backup
set
airport
up.
1502 kilometers.
Long
1
way to
hours,
there.
38. Required
And
fuel, 5,435 liters.
so we need 5,431. I always put in extra. That's why there's 7,000 in here at the moment.
Fuel load when taking off, 7,075 liters dash sufficient.
We're sufficient. So that's all we need there. Right. So let's go back.
Escape, edit.
And we don't need to contact the fuel truck, so we'll move on to the next checklist. Checklist 4.
Okay, we are now ready to start the engine, Captain. Please contact ground control for permission to start the engines.
Don't miss the action.
Once you have
Subscribe
permission
now.
to start the engines,
Welcome
please
back,
run the
guys.
final startup command.
Just in time for the big startup. Okay. We'll contact
F1,
the ground.
combo box. Board dash asking for engines dash asking for
Get
permission to
permission
start the
first,
engines.
because if you don't get permission, you get a penalty.
Enter, edit.
Must be busy.
SK643. You have permission to start the engines.
Final startup.
Starting.
Now, traditionally, planes start their engines one at a time, but if we do that, we'll get a penalty because there is a timeout on this stupid thing. So I just start them all at once. And as you heard, this thing's got 4 big beast engines.
Temperature control Storm radar on. Stall indication on. TCAS on. Sensor on. Ventilation on. Cabin
Turn on all the
pressurization
doodads.
on. GPWS on.
And voice attack's doing all of that for me.
Ready.
Thank God. Well,
Final
sorry,
startup is
Liam.
complete, Captain.
Liam's
All
doing it
required
all.
systems are operational, and I have shut the APU down.
Good job, dude.
If we need to collect passengers,
We do.
please use the passenger checklist command. Otherwise, move on to the taxi checklist using that as the command. Now,
I
please
hope-
set the cabin temperature.
Oh,
Set temperature combo box. 21.
yep, that's a good temperature.
Temperature set.
I hope we get a gate because I want to show how the gates work. But yeah, I'm sure we'll get a stand. But all right, so we need the passenger checklist. Passenger checklist.
Okay, starting passenger checklist. First thing to do is contact ground control and make a request for a gate so we can collect the passengers. Once we have a gate assigned,
West.
taxi to the assigned gate. Once we are at the gate, if it is a gate and not a stand, you will need to run the begin boarding command. If it is a stand, then open the doors and contact ground control to request boarding.
Right. So let's get our gate.
F1.
Hopefully it
combo
will be a
box.
gate.
Board dash asking for boarding.
Genos Murph im currently browsing some car options. If my
Engines dash
AHD
asking for
more
permission
money,
to
I would
start the
consider
engines.
buying some of the cars on there.
Cool.
Fuel dash asking for fuel. Engines
Okay.
dash fuel dash ask gate dash asking for gate assignment.
All right, let's see
Enter,
what we do.
edit.
You need to keep saving, dude. Get a good one.
SK643. You've been assigned gate 3.
Oh, we got a gate! Yay! Awesome. I was hoping for that. Right, so, I got all excited now. I don't know what I'm doing. So,
Genos Murph im saving for an MX-5. Won't be all that good.
well, save a bit more then. Make it all that good.
Genos Murph CUS, they rust buckets.
Well, yeah, fix the rust, dude. Okay, so... Right, so I know I'm in the hangar, and I'll show you how you figure out where you are. I'm not going to go fully onto this, but you open your airport settings with Shift Enter.
Shift enter. Combo box. Pilot Roderberg 69 left.
Now,
entry
this
right
gives
paren.
you all the information about the airport. It tells you how many runways it's got, all the radios, all that sort of stuff. This is on the main tab. I won't go into the second tabs, but so I know I'm in a hangar, and I want to find out where those hangars are to the gates and everything. So we scroll through.
SK600 for general passenger flight. Airbus A340-500 ISI-Sydney- public with maintenance services left height above sea-level 3 meters. Difficulty: :1.
So you can check
Ground
all
control:
the...
120.5.
That's
Approach
its
control:
radio
135.1. Airport description: runways 3.
It's got 3
Runway
runways.
34L16R left, 3,962 meters right,
So we could
runway,
get that
runway
one.
34L16R left, 3,906 entrance 34L: entrance 16R: alpha, OSP, surface: ASP. Runway 34R16L left, 2,438 meters right,
We shouldn't get that one. I think it'll be too
entrance
short.
34R: entrance 16L: surface: ASP. Runway 0725 left. Entrance 07. Runway 0725 left. Around 2,529 meters
that
right.
one's
Parent.
too short as
Entrance
well.
07 colon. Entrance 25 colon. Out surface colon.
So we should get
Hangar
that
1
first
colon Alpha,
runway. Either 16 left or 34 right, I think it was.
Hangar 2 colon Alpha. Mike.
Right, so
Hangar 1 colon Alpha. Mike.
you got Hangar 1 is on Alpha Mike.
Hangar 2 colon Alpha. Mike. Main area southeast.
So the main area is southeast.
Number of gates 7.
There's
Number
7
of stands
gates
7.
and we're going to 3.
Airport building on the north side of the gates.
And the airport building's on the north side of the gates. So we have to go out and approach on north to Mike. So when we go out of here, we're facing west.
West.
Yes, we are facing west.
0.
So when we go out of here, we've got to turn north. So we'll turn to, we're currently facing at 270 degrees. We're going to turn to 360 or 0 to head there. So that's how you tell where you're at anyway.
Number main area southeast.
I just want to check these runways again.
Ground control approach. Airport description. Runways 3. Runway 34L16R left. Around 3,962 meters right. Entrance 34L colon Alpha. Runway 34L16R left. Around 3,962 meters. Entrance 34L colon Alpha dash 200. 1,560.
So yeah, it's a fair way down, but yeah.
Escape.
Okay, so let's head over to this gate. Now, this is only the second time I've approached a gate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to along Mike to Alpha, and then I'm going to turn right into the main area, but I'm going to do it at
3,050 hangar 2. Minus 500 hangar 2.
I think it's 200. If you're anything under 200, you won't set off the beeps and burps for the actual gates to tell you where you are. If you're anywhere else, you're inside the main area, and it won't tell you where the gates are, I believe. So we'll test this out. All right, let's get moving and go and pick up these passengers. Park brake off.
Parking brakes off.
Set speed.
Set speed. Set to 0.
It's easier to do it this way than to do throttle, so let's get
Enter,
moving.
edit.
We'll check out some other stats on the plane and things when we need to, because I have to work out flaps and all that sort of stuff for takeoff. But we need passengers on board for that.
2,978 Mike in front of the hangar. 280.
That didn't tell me I'd entered Mike.
290.
Close hangar door.
300. 311.
Well, I didn't hear it, probably because I was talking.
330. 340.
Yeah, I'm close to the edge.
0. 10.
I don't want a penalty for going off in the dirt.
20. Minus 415 Mike. Hangar doors closed. 10.
They were going past hangar 1.
2. 0. North.
Hangar 1.
North.
Right, so we're now on Mike.
Minus 359 Mike in front of the hangar.
Heading to Alpha.
2,929 Mike in front of the hangar.
Layer, I think technically for traffic flow, you're probably meant to go along Zulu to the end, then go around to the gates that way.
Oh, I don't trust that until I do it once to know I'm past those. So I'm doing it this way today.
Minus 242,929 Mike. Minus 229 Mike. Minus 223 Mike. My 309 meters.
Right.
North. 20. 2,929 Mike. 2,929 Mike. Minus 153 Mike.
So Zulu will be coming up on the right shortly. But yeah, you're probably right, Aussie. But I've never travelled to the end of Zulu to find out. That's Zulu on our right. That's how we know the directions for
Zulu.
anybody that hasn't played or sighted folks.
Zulu.
That's telling me to turn right there if I had to go along Zulu.
Minus 18 Mike.
Right.
Zulu.
Now we're approaching Alpha, and as you hear, that's directly ahead of me on the headphones, so I know it's straight ahead.
45 Mike.
Alpha.
52 Mike. 57 Mike.
I'll start turning
Alpha.
shortly
67 Mike.
to the right, so I'm going to be going east.
Alpha.
84 Mike. 92 Mike.
Alpha.
91 meters.
We're on Alpha.
107 Alpha. 113 Alpha. 120 Alpha. 125
right, let's
Alpha.
turn into the main area.
20. 150
Ryokas
Alpha.
layer bet when 150 and 200
40.
you should get the gate beacons.
160 50. 60.
Oh,
70.
we're close to the edge.
80. 90.
Don't you dare go off.
95.
I hope so.
3033 Alpha. 90 East.
Main area.
Right.
182 main area.
We'll see if we get number 1. I'll slow down a bit.
Throttle preset 0.
We're going a bit
19,
fast at 20.
19.
Set speed.
Set speed 1 7 7 9 9 0 10. Enter. Edit. 182 main
See,
area.
I'm not hearing them.
85. 183 main area. 183 main area. 184 main area.
Come on.
80. 186 main area. 187 main area. 188 main area. 189 main area. 72. 192 main area. 194 main area. 195 main area. 196 main area. 198 main area. 199 main area. 200 main area.
Nope.
75. 75.
Gate 2.
Yep, see, we missed them.
76. 80. 79.
Gate 2.
780.
Gate 2.
90. 91. 207 main area.
Gate
90.
2. Gate 2.
East.
Gate 2.
11. Throttle preset 0. 80.
Gate 3.
Turning left into gate 3.
72. 70.
Gate 3.
Choked off dash 63. 8.
Gate
60.
3. Gate
Set
3.
speed.
Set speed. Set 0.
Gate 3.
40.
Gate 3.
30.
Gate 3.
20.
Gate 3.
Gate 3.
Enter. Edit. 10.
Right.
259 gate 3.
We made it! We're in gate 3. Right. So, because we're in a gate, we now have to start the process of shutting down and everything. So, let's do that now. Begin boarding procedure.
Sure, Captain. Starting the APU now.
So this is new stuff that I've added because it had to be added in, because to get pushback, your engines have to be off. And I don't want all the systems shutting down when I shut the engines down, so I start the APU to keep the power
Now
to them.
shutting down the engines.
Stopping. 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 Stopping.
Okay, Captain. You can begin boarding now. Be sure to open the main door and then contact ground control again and request boarding. Then when boarding is
Done.
complete, be
Done.
sure to close the main door and
Done.
cockpit door.
Done.
When the doors are closed, move on to the taxi checklist.
Open doors. Right, let's get boarded.
F1. Combo box. Engines dash asking for board dash asking for enter. Edit.
SK643 beginning boarding.
Definitely gets louder with those doors open. But yeah, there's a couple of new things you're going to hear. I'll let you hear them by yourself. They never used to play after boarding, but now they do. Pretty cool. Scared the crap out of
Blindboard
me.
BB, that's cool.
Yep. It is cool how it gets louder. Now,
8.
I'm not quite straight either, so I don't know how we'll go when they push me back. I'm at 8 degrees. I should be at 0, but it's awkward getting in here. But I suppose if I come from the other way, like Ozzy said, I'd be parked in here to sort of diagonally, I reckon. Here come the passengers. Hopefully we've got a lot of them, paying lots of money. Profit for BGC Airlines. Few getting on board.
Blindboard BB, do you get paid for passengers now?
The company does, I don't. I get paid $48 for this flight. Or 48 euros, sorry.
$287.
287 passengers. Nice. Closed doors. Close the cockpit door.
Closed.
Close the cockpit doors. Ah. Close the cockpit door.
Baggage handling is complete and the aircraft is clear, sir.
There we go. That's cool. That never used to be there. Close the cockpit door. Why isn't that closing? Close the cockpit door.
Rayo Coslero, that is cool.
Yeah, the next one's even louder. Close the cockpit door.
Camaro 97, it's Alt O, I think.
Yeah, it's just weird how it's not doing it. Normally it does it. I hope you're right, Camaro.
Oh.
Yep, thank you, dude. I know. I think the main doors are Alt R. All right, so let's move on to the taxi checklist. Taxi checklist.
Starting taxi checklist, Captain. If we are at a gate, you will need to request pushback and wait to be pushed back. Be sure to request to start the engines again and run the begin restart procedure command. If we are at a stand or after pushback, contact ground control for a runway assignment.
Blind Boy BB, maybe it's too long of a command for it to pick up.
And you can taxi to the end of the runway.
Yeah, no, it actually deleted it the other day. I had to re-add it.
Given to you, or you can retrieve them from the airport properties. When you are at a complete stop at the end of the assigned runway, then move on to the runway checklist using
I'm
that
using
as
a
the
different
command.
mic too, so this voice module's trained with my headset microphone. But I thought with this one being a better mic, it'd work better. But all right, let's get pushed back.
F1, combo box, board dash asking engines dash asking for fuel dash asking for gate dash asking for gate plan dash I want to check push dash I need pushback. Enter, edit.
Here we go. Now you're going to hear something strange here.
SK643, dispatching the towing tug for you.
Oh no, that's not it. All right, so let's wait to be pushed back. There's a couple of new voices being added and Lucas didn't do it. So there's some other weird guy saying stuff. So I just don't want you to be shocked by it.
Blind Boy BB, maybe close cockpit door instead of close the cockpit door.
Yeah, I can't remember which one it actually is. All right, we're being pushed back.
Gate
So
3.
I might keep...
Gate 3.
North.
Oh, it automatically put us to
Gate
north.
3.
Cool. They lined me up. Thanks, guys.
Gate 3.
3,203 main area.
Gate 3.
199 main area.
There we go. Hang on.
180 main area.
He's still pushing us back.
166 main area.
I think they pushed me right back to 150.
155 main area. 146 main area.
Oh, further.
137 main area.
Camaro 97, how far does it push you back?
126 main area.
We're going to be going into a stand in a minute.
Rayo Coslayer was going to
115 main
ask
area.
how far back they push you from the gate.
108 main area.
Push now complete. Set parking brakes, please.
Thank God. That scared the fuck out of me the first time too.
100 to main area.
They pushed us all the way back to 102. Cool. So you can turn to go out. But yeah, that fucking thing was loud the first time I heard it too. All right.
Blind Boy BB, ha ha ha.
Rayo Coslayer, nice.
Right, so make sure you get permission to restart your engines too.
F1, engines dash asking for permission to
Ads
center.
in 2
edit.
minutes chat.
SK643, you have permission to start the engines.
Begin restart procedure.
Very well, Captain. Restarting the engines now, including all necessary systems.
Starting.
All right, fire this bitch back up. Then we've got to contact the tower and get assigned a runway. But yeah, I do like all this new stuff. I can't wait till this game fully releases and we can start doing scheduled flights and charter flights and all that sort of stuff. It's going to be awesome.
Ready. 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 Ready.
Shutting down the APU. You can proceed to your next step, Captain.
Camaro 97, same here. I did manage to complete the training finally.
Ah, cool. Awesome. So you're out and doing free flights like this. Okay, so let's get a runway. A one-way runway.
F1 engines dash asking for fuel dash gate dash plan dash I want push dash I need repair dash I need runway dash asking for runway
Camaro
assignment.
97 took forever though.
Yeah, you just got to be careful with those last ones.
Enter. Edit.
Right. And here's another new feature. They actually tell you where to taxi to.
SK643. You've been assigned runway 34 left. You can taxi. Use taxiway Alpha.
Yep, so if I was at a different airport, they might tell me to use 2 other taxiways or something. But because 34 left is straight out on Alpha, it's fine. So we're at
3,388 main area.
and I checked before and we got to go to 1560. So we've got a ways to go. So
Ryo Kusler, I'm interested in the charter flights one, as I believe that is the one where you need to have qualifications for the other planes.
yeah, I'm not sure. Well, I'm sure we'll find out all that stuff soon enough. I just hope they get it out soon. All right, so let's get going. So we've got to go out to the west to head along Alpha. Alpha's always west from the main area and Bravo's always east from the main area. So depending on what way you've got to go. So let's pick up some speed. Set speed.
Set speed. Set to 0. 20. Enter.
Hope
Edit.
I haven't forgotten anything. But I'll start turning straight away.
354. 350. 350. 300. 340. 125 main area. 330. 320. 320.
I'm going to turn to 270. See off the ads.
294. 290. 280, 277.
See you after
200,
the
269, 269,
Oop.
207 west,
Right.
159 main area.
Right, I want to go a bit closer off because I
160,
don't want to be right
100,
on the.
259,
I don't want to be right on the
154
runway.
main area, 153 main area,
So we're heading, still in the main area, heading into Alpha now.
147 main area.
But yeah, so make sure when you're heading. I think you're right, Aussie. I think we've got to travel down Zulu and come in. So even when you land, I believe you'd have to do that. Because otherwise you can't get over to the 200 properly.
Main area.
If you had gate 1,
130 main area.
you'd be
129 main, 128, 260.
Alpha.
200 west.
Alpha.
272.
Right.
127 main
I
area.
just want to get back up to 130.
Alpha.
127 main
That
area.
way I shouldn't have the beeps.
128
Alpha.
main area. 129 main 274.
Alpha.
129 alpha. 130 alpha.
Right, there we go.
270. West. 130 alpha.
Right, that'll do. So
3008 alpha.
we've got a ways to go. So I'm going to quickly check out some stuff. That's Mike. That's the way we'd go to Zulu or the hangars. So I'm going to check out some plane
Combo
stuff
box.
here.
Pilot SK FRA 643 general passenger flight.
Just while we cruise out.
Airbus
I'm not in a hurry.
A340-50 transport plane jet plane left paren 3 right paren dash owned. Certified.
That'll be Delta off to the right. Yep, that's another taxiway to get to the other runways.
Pushback required. Condition
Pushback
100%.
required.
Last system check : none.
Don't miss the action. Subscribe now.
Number of seats : 375.
375
Number of passengers :
seats.
287.
We've got 287 passengers.
Wingspan :
That's a good
63
flight.
meters. Number of wingspan : 63 meters.
Wingspan 63 meters.
Length : 68 meters.
68 length.
Bass weight : 232 t.
Oh, I was a bit wrong. I said 160 tons. It's
Length bass weight : 232 t.
232 base weight.
Current weight : 280.2 t.
That's a shit ton of tons.
Cruising speed : 914 kmph. Maximum cruising range :
That's 34R.
16700
We're going
kilometers.
to 34L.
Maximum cruising altitude : 12500 meters.
Right, 1250 meters.
Flap positions:
So we don't go above
0/4.
that. Got
Maximum cruising at flap positions : 0/4.
got 4 flap positions.
positions:
Blind boy BB, do you
0/4.
have to put on seatbelt like ECT?
Yes, yes. Oh no, not yet. I hope they put that in
Bass
though.
takeoff speed : 255 kmph. Bass landing speed : 255 km. Stall speed : 324 kmph.
Stall speed's
Current takeoff
324.
speed : 279 km. Nose angle when taking off: 7-12-18. Minimum
Right.
flap position when taking off: 1.
Minimum flaps is 1, but I'll do 2.
Minimum takeoff runway length: 3050 meters.
3050 meters is
Current landing
minimum.
speed: 279 kmph.
Right. So
Minimum flap position when landing: 3.
I'll get our
combo box. Technical
stall
data.
speed for flaps 2.
Flaps 0:300 flaps 2:284 kmph.
So I've got to get up to 284 kilometers an hour
Escape,
before
edit.
we can take off. So I'll set them now. Set the flaps.
Set flap 2. Enter. Edit. 132,328 alpha.
Right, so we've still got about 500 meters to go. Or nearly a kilometer.
2,292 alpha. 20 flaps at 2.
I'm just creeping out slowly. Normally I'd speed out here, but I'm being a little bit more delicate today.
2,251 alpha. 2,242 alpha.
So if we were travelling out here and another plane was coming in, we may be told to stop to go past them, or they may be told to stop. But the one that's told to stop has to stop.
2,166 alpha.
We'll have to test
2,152
that
alpha.
one day.
2,144 alpha. 130 alpha. 20
Right.
flaps at 2.
We're doing 20 and our flaps are set to 2.
130 alpha.
I'm going to stop before... I done some testing and I went past the runway
130
last
alpha.
time.
2,056. 2,050 alpha.
We'll have to change radio frequency to contact the air traffic control to take off.
1966 alpha.
Right, we're getting there.
1938 alpha.
Yep, you got to cruise on out. You can't just get put at the end of the runway.
1900 alpha. 1,892 alpha. 1,876 alpha.
I'll get to about
1,854 alpha. 1,845
about
alpha.
1800. I'll start slowing down.
1,833 alpha. 1,824 throttle preset
Right.
0. 1,808 alpha.
Just cut the throttles.
19 flaps at
Slow down.
1,794 alpha. 1,781 alpha.
Now you only get... Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Romeo.
Oh, that's Romeo. Thank God. I thought that was the runway
130
there.
alpha. 130 alpha. 1,713 flaps at 2.
Romeo.
1,723 alpha. 1,716 alpha.
Set speed.
Romeo.
Set speed. Set 0. 1,696 alpha. 1,692 alpha. 1,688 alpha. 9 flaps at 2.
Romeo.
If I...
Choked off dash top.
Romeo.
8 flaps at 2. 1,670 alpha.
Romeo. Romeo.
I'm going to stop
1,648 alpha.
very soon. Because you've got to be close enough to be able to enter the runway quickly. Because you only got 3 minutes from when you get permission.
Flaps at 10.
SK643. Switch your radio to frequency 135.1.
Alright, let's switch radio frequency. Set radio frequency.
Set frequency 13445. 135. Period. 1. Sydney-Kingsford Smith approach control.
Right,
Edit.
that's approach control.
1,623 alpha.
So we've got about 50 meters to get to that. So I'll get permission to enter runway. Let's double check.
0 flaps at 2.
Flaps are on because what I want to do is once I get on the runway, I'm going to stop. I'm going to set it to... I'm not going to say that. I'm going to set it to the right mode because I could do something bad here. And then I will promptly take off as quickly as I possibly can. So let's get permission.
F1. Combo box. Enter dash asking for permission to enter the runway. Enter. Edit.
Set speed.
Set speed 1. 5.
Tomorrow 97, I thought it was 3 minutes
Line
after
up,
getting takeoff
runway
clearance.
3, 4 left.
It's 3 minutes after getting permission to go onto the runway.
1,621, 1,619 alpha, 130 alpha. 8/15 auto flaps at 2, 130 alpha.
We got to turn to 340.
34L.
290.
34L.
Howdy chat,
310.
supporting Roderberg is easy. If you like the
34L.
content he provides, we
320.
would really love you to show how you feel. You
330.
can head over to
34L.
https://co-fi.com/roderberg69
340.
It is a small gesture, but shows him you appreciate what he
Set
does.
speed.
Thanks a bunch for listening.
34L.
Set speed. Set speed at 0.
Runway
Tomorrow
34,
97,
L16.
okay. I need to look at the patch notes again.
Yeah. It says that in the patch notes, but it's incorrect. Stop plane.
Flight mode.
Right. Let's get permission to
F1.
take off.
Combo take of dash at. Enter dash asking for permission. Take of dash enter. Edit.
Come on.
0 flaps at 2. 340.
SK643.
You get a minute warning.
runway
34 left.
Full throttle.
Throttle preset 6.
I'll get a minute's warning very shortly.
2 flaps at 2. 4 flaps at 2.
Right, so we got to get above 290 at least.
20 flaps at 2. 3,888 meters.
We got a long way to go. 3,800 meters. We should be right. Come on, plane.
55 flaps at 2.
We're up to 55.
Off 73 flaps at 2.
And if you're still over the runway when that timer runs out and you got that beep sound, you get a penalty.
110 flaps at 2.
They need to fix that.
3,445 meters. 141 flaps at 2.
Your permission will expire in 1 minute.
165 flaps at 2.
They need to fix those voices.
178 flaps at 2.
Come on, plane.
2,882 meters. 200 flaps at 2.
Takes a while to get it rolling.
215 flaps at 2. 228 flaps at 2. 238 flaps at 2. 2,117 meters. 258 flaps at 2. 269 flaps at 2. 276 flaps at 2.
Ryo Slayer, I don't recall hearing that one when I was going through the files.
294 flaps at 290.
Camaro
10,
97,
20,
I'll double check.
30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90,
There's a bug
100,
reporting for it, so I know you do.
120, 130, 150, 200.
SK643. Climb to altitude 70.
Out of airport. 300.
Right.
352 flaps at 2.
We're above stall speed. Flight mode.
400.
Landing lights off. Taxi lights off. Set
Flight
flap position.
mode is
Set
set.
flap position edit.
500.
0. Enter. Edit.
Right. Wheels are up. Lights are off.
SK643. Change course to 10.
Set course.
Set course. Set course edit. 1, 0, 0, 100.
I'll
Enter.
change to
Edit.
what he says, just to be... I'm hoping to get the ATC.
300. 151.163 minus 33.10.
Now, he said 10, but that's 100. That's not 10.
City of Sydney,
30.
Sydney Forest
You
Lodge.
always add a 0 to what they
City
say.
of Sydney, Sydney Forest
440.
Lodge.
And then I'll
50.
change course to
60.
where I've got to go.
570. 964.
And we'll
80.
see if we get ATC, then I'll have to request
90.
to go up. Otherwise, I'll just go up myself.
100.
Blind boy BB, can we buzz the tower lol?
Yeah,
King's
in
Cross.
a
King's Cross.
230-ton plane. Yeah, no worries. It turns on a dime, man.
100. 100.
Right, so
744 kilometers. Brisbane 1 hours. 85 left at 15.
we got to turn to 15, but I'll just head this way for a bit and see whether they give us ATC. I'm crossing my fingers that they do, so it just makes it a little bit better. Right, we're in the air. We're doing
609.
609 kilometers per hour. I wish
Waverley,
they
Dover
changed
Heights.
it to knots. I wish
Waverley,
they
Dover
changed the height to feet, like it is in real flying. But yeah, I don't think we're going to get that.
744 kilometers. Brisbane 1 hours. 10 minutes.
Tasman Sea, Tasman Sea.
Right.
100.
I'm going to start heading to the direction. So I'm
Blind boy BB, what's the noise off to the left?
That's the beacon for Sydney. It's part of the mapping system. You've got the 3D map or the audio maps in this program, and that's all that is. It's the centre of Sydney, I believe. Okay, autopilot on.
Blind boy
Auto
BB are
navigation
okay.
Yeah, so there's one in Brisbane as well. It's only in major cities. I think it's like the centre.
90.
But it's all to do with the audio atlas, which is built into Eurofly as well. Right,
80.
so we're now heading to
743 kilometers. 77.7/13.6
the right
Watto.
degrees, and they're not going to give us ATC, so I'm going to start heading up
70.
altitude in a minute. And he's going to
733.
get up me and tell me to keep my altitude. Set altitude.
60. Set altitude. Set altitude edit. 1, 1, 0. 0. 0.
Let's do that again.
Blank. 1, 1, 11. Dash, dash, 1, blank, blank, blank. 1, 1, 0, 0, 0. 1, 1, 0, 0, 0.
I'm going
Enter.
up to
Edit.
11,000. Sorry, smack the microphone with my hand. I'm going to 11,000 metres high, so 11 k's up. It saves your fuel.
774. 40.
You burn less fuel up there.
SK643. Keep your altitude.
Yeah, I knew he was going to abuse me. I really can't wait till you can switch to the ATC. And no, they have not fixed that yet. Do not switch to the ATC unless you're told
30.
to, or you will crash your game.
733 kilometers. We're dead ahead at 13.0. 2,401 above ground. 2,458/11000.
We're going to fix that up. So set altitude.
Set altitude 1199000. 11000. Period.
Camaro 97.
Period.
Wow.
Comma.
They still haven't fixed it yet?
21.
They have not.
21. Enter.
Right,
Edit.
I just added in that we go up at 21 degrees angle, so the passengers are holding on for dear life.
831. 4034/4115/11000.
Right, so now that we're in the air and we're
151.46 dead ahead at 13.0.
We're heading to the right point. I'll go through the flight and show you how much we're going to make, and I'm going to be paid for it, which is fuck all to nothing.
Control enter. Combo box. Pilot
Right,
Waterberg 69
so
left. Red combo box.
This is
plan.
your flight plan.
Stop desk back flight. Direct.
Now that we've got the
planned flyover
passengers
state of
on
New South
board.
Tasman, state of Queens. Length of planned flight : 753 minutes. Length of flight to the backup airport : 1001 hours. Required fuel : 5,000. Fuel load when taking. Flight costs : 21983 euro sign.
So it's going to cost 2,000.
Flight costs : 21983 euro sign.
21,983 bucks euros to fly this flight. So that's fuel and all the maintenance costs and all that sort of shit.
Airfare : 480 euro sign.
The airfare for each passenger is 480 per ticket.
Income : 137760 euro sign. Airfare income : 137760 euro sign.
And
airfare income : 137760 euro sign.
The company is going to make 137,760 euros profit out of this flight. I wish that was going to BGC Airlines.
Company profit : 115,777.
Oh no, so that's the
income :
total. That's the total price.
euro
Sorry.
sign. Company profit :
Camaro
115,777.
97. Wow. Your screen reader is reporting digits. Is that right?
Income : company profit : 115,777.
Yeah, it's just that's the way it says it because it's Fusion Jaws.
Income company
So
profit :
the profit will be
115,777.
115,000 euros, not 137. And now for my information. So for this flight, I get
Possible points awarded :
possible points if I don't crash.
points to gain : 1.
I can gain 1 point because it's a really short flight. I get that. If you do anything over 5,000, I think you get 3 points. 5,000 kilometers, but this is only like not even an 800 kilometer flight.
Financial reward : 48.
Ryo Kusler, it's because there aren't any commas in the digits, so it reads it out poorly.
Yeah.
Points to gain financial reward : 48.
So, and I earn 48 euros for this flight. So that'll go towards buying my next license to fly the next
Points
plane.
to lose : 10.
But if I crash, I'll lose 10 points. I earn 1, but I lose 10. I think that's a bit over the top.
Financial penalty : 320.
And I'll lose $320. I understand they've got to make it so you don't crash, but that's it. Yeah, so that's how that works. I think the most I've ever been paid for a flight was like 700 euros or something. I think that might have been a company flight. If you do company flights when they're available, that means it's a company plane. You fly it from wherever it is. You get double points and double the money. I think it's double the money. I'm not certain about that. But you lose double the points and double the money if you do crash.
Blind Boy BBW TF 48 euro. That's not realistic at all.
Well, I went over this with somebody else, and if you work off hours that pilots fly, it's sort of weird. But yeah, I don't know why they've worked it out this way, but I'm not going to argue with them. I just play the game.
11006.
Right, so we're at our 11,000 meters up, so we're cruising pretty good now. Let's check the weather.
W. Overcast clouds, temperature 22, pressure 1012, humidity 91, north wind 5 meters per second.
And that's supposed to be live weather. I do have the API from the live weather service installed, so
6,648 liters.
we've got 6,648 litres of fuel.
950.
We're travelling at 950 kilometres an hour, so we're doing pretty good.
13.0/12.151.615. Minus 33.234.
That's our current coordinates.
Dead ahead at 12.9. 663 kilometers, Brisbane 41 minutes.
We got 663k. So what do you want to talk about, guys? We got a ways.
Ryoko Slayer, I suppose if they actually did the payout calculations to what it should be, the cost for the other plane licenses
Australia
would
and
also be a
Oceania,
lot
Australia.
higher.
Yeah, that's right.
State of New South Wales, Lake Macquarie, Shire, Catherine Hill.
They definitely put it reflect in the cost of the licenses. So, but I suppose that'd be good too. You would expect the licenses to be expensive for a plane like this, and you own the plane at the end of it, so they should be expensive.
Hamsworth.
So I'd be happy to earn 480 quid for this trip, and have to pay 200,000 to get a license for a Concorde or something like that. Just my opinion.
Tasman Sea.
650
Tasman Sea.
kilometers, Brisbane
We're
40
now
minutes.
flying over the Tasman Sea. I can check that with my keys.
1. Tasman Sea.
Ryoko Slayer would make sense.
Yeah, and I guess it'd make it more like the value would seem more realistic.
We're 1. Alt 1.
Hey chat, if you are enjoying the stream, why not follow Rauderberg? This way you
Australia
will
and
never miss
Oceania,
a stream.
Australia. State of New South Wales, Australia and Oceania, Australia. State of New South Wales, Lake Macquarie, Shire, Belmont North.
Right. Oh, we're flying over Newcastle. That's Belmont North. I used to live
Dashboard.
there.
Window. 12.9/12.9 auto.
Blind boy BBR, it should all go up and make it realistic.
Yeah.
Mount Hutton.
Mount Hutton. I used to live next door to there too. I lived in the slums of town, Windale, for a little while. I also lived at Raymond Terrace.
Ryoko Slayer, it would be cool though if we were able to set up our own compays in this game, would set up BGC Airlines for Sue. Lol.
Newcastle
the
Rankin
companies would be good.
Park. Newcastle Rankin Park.
Oh, now we're over Rankin
Add some
Park.
2
I've
minutes
never
chat.
flown over Newcastle before. That's cool.
Broadmeadow. Broadmeadow.
Broadmeadow? Cool. I know all these places, sorry. It's cool. And you fly over places you've been, and that's what I like about flying
Warrabrook.
over Australia.
Warrabrook.
Warrabrook?
Blind boy BB, you wouldn't want me in that company.
You'd have to pay triple insurance, man. No, if you just... You gotta
Ryoko Slayer lol.
You gotta give it another go, man. It just... Once you have a
Port
successful
Stevens, Shire,
landing,
Tobago.
you'll
Port
get...
Stevens, Shire, Tobago.
You'll... Tomago. Man, we're flying over everywhere.
Camaro 97, I do think it's interesting that the San Antonio runways are so short. I've flown from there in real life.
I've never seen that one, so I guess there are only small planes going in and out if they're short runways. This beast needs
Ross Hedebrand.
3,050 metres to take off. I don't know what it needs to land, but Brisbane's got both long runways. It's got runway 01 left and right and runway 19 left and right, and they're, well, same runway, just opposite ends.
Irawang Nelson's Plains. Irawang.
That's actually Irawang, and I live there. Again, that's Raymond Terrace.
Camaro 97, yeah, KSAT is too short for the defaulty Category 3 planes, at least the ones from training.
Okay, yep. Alright, so let's just check out the destination airport. So we do Alt-Enter for that.
Alt-Enter. Combo box. Pilot Rauderberg 69 SK for General Passenger Airbus
the radio frequency and change to that.
With maintenance services left height above sea dash difficulty :1. Ground control
Difficulty
120.5. Approach control 124.4.
Alright, so we'll change to that radio frequency. We'll just do it now.
Escape. Edit.
Set radio frequency.
Set frequency 124. 104. Enter. Edit.
It won't connect it or anything until we get to... I have mine set to 60 kilometres. See you after the ads, guys.
See you after the ads.
I've shortened all my text-to-speech stuff.
Dungog Clarencetown. Dungog
Just
Clarencetown.
to, make it a bit better for the YouTube crossover. So what else is there that we can chat about for the next...
589 kilometers, Brisbane 36 minutes.
36 minutes or so.
Glen Martin.
So as I said, I'm going to try a proper landing using the spoilers to land. I'm going to try and approach the runway, so I'll go to the E marker which is 20 kilometres out, and I'm going to go to that and then try and turn back to the runway and land from there instead. Because normally I go to that beacon and then I go away from the runway.
Brookfield.
For about another 15 Ks, then I turn around and go back. But I'm trying to get to be a little bit more realistic because I think with the scheduled flights, you've got times to land and take off, and you have to land and take off in those times.
Dungon.
Right, so
12.8/12.8.
I just keep checking things. We're doing 972 kilometres an hour.
11006.
We're still at 11,000 metres up.
10940 above ground.
We're 10,000 metres above ground. We can see what's ahead of us.
462 kilometres vertical bar Australia dash state of Queensland.
Don't
Vertical
miss
bar
the
28
action.
minutes.
Subscribe now.
Camaro 97, I haven't tried a long distance flight, mostly I've just flown in the US.
Yep.
Great Lakes Stroud Road.
I actually have some planes from this training thing where I put some in other countries to try out, but like usual, I'm stuck in Australia. But I've done a lot of flights from Australia to New Zealand, Australia to Asia, Australia to Phuket, places like that. I crashed in Phuket. Where else have I gone? I think I've been to China. I've flown company flights to Greece, and to Tibet, places like that.
Minus 32.291. Dead ahead at 12.8.
I don't want to press any of those other buttons. But yeah, it just pays just to keep checking things.
973.
Making sure you're on the right
554 kilometres Brisbane, dead ahead at 12.8.
So we're dead ahead still. I'm on the autopilot, so it's keeping me on that.
Ryo Gosler lol, same, got planes scattered, but I kind of mainly fly my 737 around AUs, but my Falcon I go all over the place.
Yeah.
Blind Boy BB, come to Dublin.
Yeah, I have to do that one day. See if I can crash in Dublin.
Gloucestershire Craven. Gloucestershire Craven.
I wouldn't have the luck of the Irish. Yeah, so the only other plane I've ever trained for was the Concorde. I've never bought any other planes, so I didn't really see the point in doing too much work into it because we're only going to get reset once the game resets. Once it comes out of beta. Sorry, I was just checking the time there, just seeing how we're going, and we're going pretty good.
537 kilometres Brisbane, 33 minutes.
So I've got a few more things to do when we get a bit closer to the airport. I'll have to start working out things and doing checklists and stuff. I'm learning all new ways to do it because...
Camaro 97, I'm not looking forward to that. I'll have to do the basic training all over again.
Yep. Unfortunately, yes, but it'll be worth it this time.
Blind Boy BB, what version is it on now?
Gloucester.
Ryo Gosler, yeah, I haven't really bothered too much with other planes lately. I got my 737 and Falcon, which were the main ones I was after.
Yep. I'm not sure what the version number is, BB, but it's just still in beta. It's still version 3. Were you asking about Eurofly? Sorry, I just get so lost when there's multiple conversations going sometimes. I am a male. I can only do one thing at a time. So yeah, I actually got a post on one of my YouTube videos from Eurofly where somebody said that below 10,000 feet, all planes are speed limited to 250 knots, which
Blind Boy BB, I was young.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I don't know what number it's up to, but I haven't kept tabs on that. But I know it's version 3, 3 point something.
Greater Terry Cundle Flat.
So yeah, that's about 400 and something kilometres an hour. So, Alexa, what's 10,000 feet in meters? So 3,048 meters is 10,000 feet. So once you get down below that, you shouldn't be doing any more than 450 kilometers an hour. So I'm currently doing
974.
974. So Because that's what he was talking about, how I do my landings, how I approach away, which I agree. I'm not doing it correctly. You're coming in at 20 k's out. You should be able to turn and approach the airport. But I was always coming in really fast. So, and it made sense what he said. So I'm trying to do it that way. Now, I actually want to check that, what our stall speed is, because I'm going to get down as close to the stall speed as possible before I have to turn back to the airport. So we'll do control enter.
Control enter. Combo box.
We'll
Pilot combo box. Combo box.
Technical.
Combo box. Technical data. Stall speeds colon.
Stall speeds.
Flaps 0 colon 323 kmph.
So I can't go below 323 k's without flaps. So
Escape. Edit.
That's handy to know. So if I reckon, I'm speaking great English today. I think what I'll do as I approach the airport, as I come down in altitude, which I'll do.
Blind boy BB would be leaving my seatbelt on for full flight, lol.
Well, I've still got mine on.
483 kilometers, Brisbane, 29 minutes.
So yeah, probably about 200 kilometers out, I'll start preparing to land. I'll start getting down in altitude. Once I get down below 3,000, I'll slow the plane down. We'll slow down to the 450. Then as I get a lot closer to the airport, I'll slow down again to about 350. And then once I turn to the airport, I'll start setting up for landing. So I'll do the commands for that. I'm not going to say them now because otherwise I'm going to trigger them, and yeah, we could crash.
Welcome Mount Seaview.
So I'll set up for that.
Welcome Mount Seaview.
And we'll start slowing down to our landing speed, which I don't know what that is. Well, I can check that. It'll change because our fuel's getting less
Control
as we're
enter.
going
Combo
in.
box. Pilot rotor combo box. Logbook. Combo box. Technical data. Stall flaps
I'll be
1
coming in at flaps 3.
Flaps 2 colon 200 flaps 3 colon 263 kmph.
So 263 kilometers an hour is flaps, but what's our actual landing speed?
Ryokus Lair, when I come down, I'm always just above stall speed at flaps at 0 by the time I'm 25k out.
Combo box. Pilot Roderberg 69 left, paren 2 right, paren.
So what's our actual current landing speed?
Number of wings, length, call, bass, weight, current weight, call, cruising speed, maximum cruising out, flap positions, colon 0 slash, spoiler positions, colon, bass,
Because I
takeoff,
know
scale, colon
landing flaps are 3
bass landing speed,
minimum
colon
for this plane.
255k mph, bass landing speed, colon 255k
Base landing is
mph.
255.
Stall speed, colon 323k mph, current takeoff speed, colon 278k mph. Nose angle when taking minimum flap position when taking off, colon 1. Minimum takeoff runway length, colon 3000 feet, current landing speed, colon 278k mph.
So the current landing speed is 278. That'll probably change before we get there because we're burning fuel. So I'll double check this again when I get there. But yeah, so stall speed's 263, so we're going to be probably above 10 k's above it. That's good.
Minimum flap position when landing, colon 3.
Yep, so minimum flaps are 3.
Minimum landing runway length, colon 2010 meters.
And we need 2010, and I know Brisbane's longer than that, so
Escape, edit.
We'll just check that again when we're closer.
444 kilometers, Brisbane 444 kilometers, Brisbane 27 minutes. 443 kilometers,
closer.
Brisbane dead ahead at 12.6. 10014 above ground. 11006.
We must be over water, are we?
Australia and Oceania. Australia - State of New South Wales.
No, we're over New South Wales.
Bulga.
Bulga.
Autoland.
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 And no, that's not going to make the plane Autoland. That's the name of the place.
Autoland.
Never heard of that place.
436 kilometers, Brisbane
I've heard of
26 minutes.
Bulga. Or is it Volga? Volga.
Wulja. 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 Wulja.
Kangaroo Flat.
Kangaroo Flats.
Kangaroo Flat.
We're over Kangaroo Flat now, guys. You want to go down and have a look at some roos? We're 11 k's up, so they'd look a bit small for now.
9,949 above ground.
Ooh,
11006.
there's a hill below us.
Blind boy BBLMAO vid try auto land.
That'd be good. Well, most of these planes should pretty much almost land themselves, I think. Yeah, we won't go into that.
424 kilometers, Brisbane 26 minutes.
I know on for some of them, I'm going to do it anyway. Some of them, I'd really love to play Microsoft Flight Simulator just to have something on screen.
Lol. I was tempted to move to a place over here what is named Kangaroo Gully.
Kangaroo Gully, yeah. Yeah, so I'd love to play MSF because the simple fact is you got stuff on screen. It's more for people to watch and probably be good to role play too. But with the mods the way they are, you don't taxi out or anything. Well, this is the way I believe it works. You have to get put at the end of the runways. You have to get put at the buildings when you come in. You can't. There's no accessibility stuff to use the taxiways, which I don't know why there isn't, because I was actually, well, I do have a little bit of vision, folks. Not much. Very, 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 very little usable. But I was watching a friend play Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, and he was talking about blue lines on the tarmac, which were telling him where to go. So I don't know why they can't use those for some sort of accessibility to direct us there. But then you have to have all these other mods. I believe there's First Officer, and then there's another one called Talking Flight something or other. I can't remember the exact name of it. And they all cost money, so... And unless you're a well-paid blind person, which I am not. Do you have the money? Like, I know they're beta testing, or beta, whatever you want to say. I say beta. You say beta. They're testing the current version of that talking flight monitor. That's it. They're doing a beta test on that for 2020 Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. And to have that, it's a monthly sub of $7.90 US. I got enough subs already that I don't want to pay. If they had it as a buy it outright, I'd probably 100% buy it. But anyway, I'm not going to gripe about it. People are up to paying it, that's fine. But that's part of the reason. And the fact that we can't taxi out and stuff. I don't know. It'd be great to play it. But yeah, I think Microsoft themselves need to work a bit harder to implement the accessibility into it. They brag about being inclusive.
Blind Boy BB, unless you know exactly what you need to do, then it's hard to commit to something like that.
Yep, and it's really hard to get the information. People just, I don't know, they just don't want to volunteer it.
374 kilometers, Brisbane, 23 minutes.
They just don't want to volunteer the information. It's a real, like, I've got nothing against them, but it seems to be a closed community. And nobody go bagging anybody out on my stream. I know there's people out there who've had issues with the community. I don't want bagging out. I don't bag people out on my stream, so please don't do it.
Blind Boy BBO, trust me, I know, mate.
Yep. So, but I think once you're in the community, you've done well. But just finding the information is really difficult. But yeah, I like Eurofly 3. It gives... I get edgy every time I take off. I get really edgy when I land. So it gives me that... even though there's nothing on the screen for me, like all I'm looking at right now is a huge mouse pointer because of my magnifier. Like I can see it because it's white on a black background. And it takes up probably a third of my monitor screen.
Blind Boy BB, anyway, this is good enough to keep you on your toes for now.
Yeah, definitely. And it gives you the adrenaline rush too. And when I crash, I get disappointed, especially if I kill 283 passengers. I don't know how many passengers I've killed, but this isn't real. It's beta, so it's not real. They're all fake.
12.5/974.
But yeah, no, it's good fun. Good fun. But as I said, I'd really like it for... I'm currently stuck in the niche market of really streaming for blind gamers. And I don't want to just stream for blind gamers. I want sighted people as well. I want to get more followers. I want to be a better entertainer. But I can't do it because we just don't have the tools. We're stuck in this niche of blind games, and I know sighted people are interested in how we do it and they come and check it out, and I appreciate that.
Clarence Valley Hernan. Clarence Valley Hernan.
Ryokus Lair, from what I've heard of Flight Sim, Eurofly 3 is better as it seems to have more involvement when it comes to ground stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think for what we're doing, it's better in that aspect. But for graphics and with 2024, the problem is you've got to walk around the plane and inspect everything. So that'd probably be a little bit difficult. You don't have to, I suppose. You make it as realistic as you want to make it, like this game. And for an audio game, this is pretty wicked. When I first tried it out, I went, this is going to be crap, I reckon. And I was sitting in that little Cessna plane, just trying to get it outside of the hangar. I done the same thing with BB. I saw how he was. You're putting the throttles up and you go, oh, holy shit, I'm moving.
Ryokus Lair, oh, it's bloody brilliant for an audio game.
And then you get outside the hangar and you hit the brakes and you go, oh, stop. And then you start lining up to take off and you hit those throttles and you're going down the runway like a bull at a gate. And just my adrenaline was through the roof. I don't recall if I landed my first flight or not. I think I did. I think it was my second flight I crashed, but I think I landed on the first flight and it was the same again. Coming into land, I was just freaking out, but the game's changed a lot since then. To land back then, all you had to do was get over the runway, shut the throttles off, your plane landed. There was no stalling, no nothing.
308 kilometers, Brisbane,
Where
19
now
minutes.
you've got to actually be at the correct speeds to for the plane to slow down and stall by itself correctly to land. Which, that's pretty difficult in those small planes, especially with the short runways. Like, you're coming in to land in that Cessna in a 500 meter long square block of a runway. That's scary.
302 kilometers, Brisbane, 18 minutes. Dead ahead of 12.4.
We're still cruising.
12.4/12.4/974.
I probably should have cut the throttles back a bit to, I believe they fly at 79% throttles. I don't know for sure. I just remember somebody saying something about it.
5,307 litres.
We burnt nearly 2,000 litres. The problem is with the fuel, I don't really calculate it properly because when you set up a flight, it gives you enough fuel to fly to your backup airport. So, and like...
Ryokus Lair, yeah, 79% is cruising speed.
Yep, that's what I thought. But yeah, so when they give you your fuel, it's to fly back, it's to fly to your backup airport. Now, my backup airport for this flight is back to Sydney. So that's like a full flight back again. So if I got to Brisbane and I was told to go to my backup flight, I've got to go back to Sydney. So I've got to have basically double the fuel I require. So it's hard to calculate whether their fuel's actually burning at the right rate. A lot of people were complaining that it wasn't, but...
Minus 29.862, 974.
I've now started getting up to... I used to fly around at like 5,000 metres or 3,000 metres. I don't do that anymore.
279 kilometres, Brisbane, 17 minutes.
I went away for a minute and I crashed into a mountain.
277 kilometres, Brisbane, 17 minutes.
All right, so we're getting close. I'm doing a lot of talking here. So I've got to run through my head what's next. So
273 kilometres, Brisbane, 16 minutes.
About 200 k's, I'll start coming down in altitude.
271 kilometres, Brisbane, 16 minutes.
Yeah, so... And it's good now because once you pass the Cessna is probably the hardest plane to fly because it doesn't have...
Adds in 2 minutes chat.
It doesn't have auto speed. It doesn't have... well, I don't know if it's got auto direction or an auto altitude. I don't think it does. Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm glad I wasn't on camera then. man, my heart's pounding. I don't believe that still gets me every time.
258 kilometers, Brisbane 15 minutes.
Was that you, Smurf? You haven't talked for a while, mate. Thank you. Thank you for waking me up, getting me ready to land. I need that adrenaline buff.
253 kilometers, Brisbane 15 minutes.
Blind Boy BB WTF was that lol.
It's just a jump scare alert. It's in my redeem points. And it scares the fuck out of me every time it's done. Unless I'm focused on something or I'm doing something and I just don't even acknowledge it then.
245 kilometers, Brisbane 15 minutes. 974. 11006. 10660 above ground.
Yeah, I don't even know if NVDA reads those numbers out correctly. And this is Zoe's voice from Fusion, Freedom Scientific's Fusion software. So it's American voice.
10874
because
above
I
ground.
don't like the Australian voices. They have Lee and Kate, I think it is, and I don't like them. They've been around for so long. They go back to the early Navmans, for God's sake.
10961
the
above ground.
GPSs.
11006. 10961 above ground. 232 kilometers, Brisbane 14 minutes.
Yeah, let's see what the passengers are doing.
Fine flower,
Open
fine
cockpit
flower.
door. Maybe I should go for a tinkle.
Blind Boy BB almost there. Seatbelts on.
Yeah, put your seatbelts on. So the open one worked. Close cockpit door. There, it works now. There's just
See you
been a
after the
bitch.
ads.
There's just been a bitch.
121 kilometers, Brisbane 13 minutes.
But yeah, sometimes you get party people on the plane and you actually hear them partying in the back.
219
It's like a
kilometers,
mullet.
Brisbane 13
Party
minutes.
party in the back, work in the front.
Minus 29.301.
Stay out. Yep, shut the door. Or we could do Game of Thrones. Hold the door. Hold the door. Hold the door.
213 kilometers, Brisbane 13 minutes. 212 kilometers, Brisbane 13 minutes.
All right. We might start coming down, so...
Ryoka's lair, that was just the stewardess closing the door. Lol.
Keep orbit. Keep orbit.
Damn, I bumped the microphone and muted the fucking thing. Yeah, that was the stewardess shutting the door, and she didn't bring me a coffee. Set altitude. Set the altitude. What the hell?
Ryoka's lair, HW Rude.
Yep. Set altitude.
Set altitude.
Thank you.
123,405.
Don't miss the action. Subscribe now.
99000.
We'll head
5,000.
down to
Enter.
5,000. Just nice steady
Minus
cruise.
29.11 to 196 kilometers, Brisbane 12 minutes.
We'll start getting ready.
Richmond Valley Busby's flat. Richmond Valley Busby's flat.
Yeah, I was moving the microphone and I bumped the button, but luckily I have my voice coming through it, so I knew it wasn't working after I'd said about 15 sentences. Yeah, close the door.
Minus 29.0974. 9,442 slash 5,000
coming
auto.
down pretty quick.
189 kilometers, Brisbane 11 minutes.
So I'm only coming down to 5,000, so I don't need to start slowing down just
186
yet.
kilometers, Brisbane 11 minutes. 186 kilometers, Brisbane 11 minutes.
We don't want to slow down too early or it'll take too long to get into the airport.
183 kilometers, Brisbane 11 minutes.
But yeah, we'll work off the premise of slowing down once we get below the threshold.
Aussie Coffee Bean, sorry mate, I completely forgot.
Oh, you missed out. You'll have to watch the VOD back, mate, because you missed the takeoff. I'm just coming in to land at Brisbane in
178 kilometers, Brisbane 10 minutes.
about 10 minutes. So you'll get to see the landing, which is the scariest part.
176 kilometers, Brisbane 10
I'm just
minutes.
coming down from 11,000 metres to 5,000 metres.
974.
Unfortunately, this game works in metres, not feet, and it works in kilometres, not knots.
173 kilometers, 172 kilometers, 974.
Did you turn my
Aussie
notifications
Coffee
off?
Bean screen frozen.
No, there's no picture, mate. That's just a picture of a cockpit that I put there for you sighted folk to stare at.
168
Full
kilometers,
audio
Brisbane 10
game,
minutes.
mate. My screen is just a black screen right now. No, I don't even see that cockpit.
166 kilometers, Brisbane 4,999.
Right, so we're down to
165
4,000.
kilometers, Brisbane 10 minutes.
I'll head down shortly.
Aussie Coffee Bean, oh gotcha.
Yep. There's no picture whatsoever. That's just a cockpit image that I grabbed or got somebody to grab for me, just so there's something on the screen. But we are
Blind
in
Boy
the...
BB game doesn't hardly any visuals.
Yeah, I wish they put
Measured
cockpits for
mallet
each
best
plane.
viewers on asterisk at
go away,
7W4H3WPD.
Alt graph.
Hey chat, I have cleared all recent chat just to
There you
remove
go.
unwanted
Sorry about
comments.
that, guys.
Enjoy the stream, and if you don't
Smurf's
already
not
follow
there, so
Waterbird69,
maybe you do.
now is
Oh
a great
yeah,
time to do so.
one of those moderators get rid of that dick. But yeah, so I'm in the Airbus A340-500 Aussie, big plane, 230 tons at base weight. We got 283 passengers on board.
150 kilometers, Brisbane 9 minutes.
And we flew from Sydney. We're heading to Brisbane.
Aussie Coffee Bean, are you able to start from cold and dark?
Cold and dark. I don't understand what cold, but it's
145 kilometers, Brisbane 8 minutes.
all right. I'm going to go down again. Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Okay. Set altitude.
Set altitude 399,000. 3000. Enter. Edit. 140 kilometers, Brisbane 8 minutes.
Right. So Liam's been pretty quiet.
Aussie Coffee Bean before flight. Starting up Airbus from scratch. Engines, lights, etc.
Yep. We do. I do all
Ryo
that.
Kuslayer think he means starting plane from off.
Yep. I do all that.
Blind Boy BB, he has to fully start and set up the plane from hangar.
I do all the checklists,
Aussie Coffee
everything.
Bean cool.
I'm about to do my landing checklist, so you'll hear my co-pilot Liam. Landing checklist.
Starting landing checklist. Firstly, make sure you are on the destination airport control tower radio frequency. Now check optimal flaps for landing and landing speed. Once in range of airport tower, contact the tower for runway assignment, and when closer, request landing clearance. Start preparing for landing and be sure to run command landing mode to set the plane systems for landing. Also be sure to set optimal flaps before reaching stall speed on slowing for landing. Make sure to check
Blind Boy
altitudes
BB is an
and
ass.
final safe circle.
122 kilometers, Brisbane 7. 122 kilometers, Brisbane 7 minutes.
Right, so we're
on
now
after touchdown.
Yep. Thanks,
Once
Liam.
you have landed, be sure to set the plane from flight mode.
2,994.
Right, so we need to start slowing down because we're below 10,000 or we're below
When
3,000.
at a complete stop, please
Set
run
speed.
the final checklist using
Set
that
speed.
command.
Set speed at 45990. 450. Enter. Edit.
So we'll just cut the engines off. But yeah, Aussie, it's the whole thing. If you go back to the start of the VOD and just watch the startup, don't watch the whole thing. It's pretty quiet in between. But yeah, I use voice attack to do most of it for me, my co-pilot.
110 kilometers, Brisbane 7 minutes. 891
Blind Boy BB
450
feckin'
auto.
hell, Liam loves his own
Australia,
voice.
State of Queensland, Seat of Rimblue, Australia, State of Queensland, Seat
He's
of
a
Rimblue.
great co-pilot.
853
I tried
450
employing
auto.
you wouldn't be in it.
2,300 107 kilometers, Brisbane 7
So yeah,
minutes.
I'm working off the premise that somebody told me below 10,000 feet, all planes should be at 250 knots. So I'm slowing down to that
105
now
kilometers,
because I'm
Brisbane 7
below
minutes.
3,048 meters.
782 450 auto. 2,356 above ground. 2,994.
So
103 kilometers, Brisbane 756
we're slowing
450
down.
auto.
We were at 977 kilometers per hour. I don't know what that is in knots. Sorry.
101 kilometers, Brisbane 8 minutes.
We got 8 minutes.
Aussie Coffee Bean, I need some food and drinks back here.
Well, get the stewardess. She's there. I was going to say this is the bring Coffee Bean home flight, but just in case I crash, I don't want you on my plane.
98 kilometers Brisbane, 97 kilometers Brisbane, 8 minutes.
Right, so I'll be in touch with the tower at about 60 kilometres out.
Aussie Coffee Bean, oh no.
Yep, so I decided not to make it the Bring Coffee Bean home flight.
95 kilometers Brisbane, 8 minutes. Dead ahead at 12.1.
I do plan not to crash though.
95 kilometers Brisbane, 9 minutes. 624/450 auto.
Right, so we're getting down in speed.
94 kilometers Brisbane, 9 minutes. 94 kilometers Brisbane, 9 minutes.
Okay, we've done our runway checklist. I've got to be careful what I say because I could set off commands.
Indisplane.
2,994. 92 kilometers Brisbane, 9 minutes. 582/450 auto.
Right, so we'll be in touch with the tower at 60 kilometres. We'll get our runway and then we'll start heading for that.
Blind boy BB, help him locked in the toilet.
Get out of the toilet.
Ryokas
Somebody else might need it.
89 kilometers Brisbane, 9 minutes. Dead ahead at 12.0.
Open cockpit door. Stewardess, will you help that dick out of the toilets, please? I've got an alert going off on my dash. Thank you. Close cockpit door. There you go. Stewardess is on the way.
BB starts kicking door.
You damaged my plane, dude. I own this plane.
85 kilometers Brisbane, 10 minutes.
You'll be paying for any damage you do.
Ryokas Lair, ha 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 ha.
84 kilometers Brisbane, 10 minutes.
The stewardess is coming.
488/450 auto. 12.1/12.0 auto.
Right.
481/450
We're nearly down
auto.
to 450.
83 kilometers Brisbane, 10 minutes.
And as you can see, we've gone from 8 minutes to 10 minutes. So it's realistic
82
in
kilometers
times.
Brisbane, 10 minutes. 82 kilometers Brisbane, 10 minutes.
And I do need to slow down because it gets scary to approach the runway. And I've got so much to do because I'm not doing a stall landing today, like I said. There we go.
451.
Turn those engines back up now.
Blind boy BB, she is nice. How you doing?
I think that's Stephanie.
79 kilometers Brisbane, 10 minutes. 78 kilometers Brisbane, 10 minutes.
Aussie Coffee Bean, these planes are really amazing. For most part, once on autopilot, they can land themselves.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I'm on autopilot, but it ain't landing itself. It'll just fly over the flyover point and then keep going off to oblivion.
76 kilometers Brisbane, 10 minutes. 76 kilometers Brisbane, 10 minutes.
Right, so once we get...
Joseph Bill.
I'll leave it on autopilot until we're just about at the turning point. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell into the microphone. I'll get to the turning point and we'll turn to the end of the runway. I think we'll do E, which is 20 k's out. Then we'll turn into that and then we'll set up for landing.
73 kilometers Brisbane, 9 minutes.
So we're cruising in.
451.
451 k's. What we should do is check our safe altitudes and everything at Brisbane. So I'll open up the Brisbane Airport info.
Combo box. Pilot Roderberg 69. Combo box. Descent map.
We're in the descend map.
Height above sea dash level 3 meters.
3 meters above sea
Same
level.
altitude safe circle 1.6 kilometers.
Okay, the safe altitude circle is...
Height, same altitude safe circle 1.6 kilometers.
1.6 k's, so from 1.6 k's out we're at the same altitude, so we can get down as low as we need to land.
2 kilometers safe altitude, 5, 10, 50, 20 kilometers safe altitude, 50 kilometers safe altitude, 611 meters, which is 608, 30, 50 kilometers safe altitude, 611 meters, which is 608 meters above
between
ground.
500 and 1,000 feet.
Yep.
50 kilometers safe altitude, 611 meters, which is 608 meters above ground.
611.
30 kilometers safe altitude, 300 meters, which is 20 kilometers safe altitude. Escape. Edit.
I'll actually head down a bit.
66 kilometers Brisbane, 8 minutes.
Because we're coming in.
2,913.
That noise is me pointing the nose down. Probably at about 25 degrees, so hold on in the back.
2,622.
I'll head down to about
64 kilometers Brisbane, 8 minutes. 64 kilometers Brisbane, 8 minutes.
Because we'll be connected shortly.
2,218. 63 kilometers Brisbane, 8 minutes.
We'll be connecting to the tower very soon.
62 kilometers Brisbane, 8 minutes. 1,762. 1,641 above ground. 1,545 above ground. 1,514. 1,427. 1,322. 1,260. 1,217.
Right, that'll do
Blind
us.
boy BB, swear the pilot was
Brisbane
blind.
approach control.
Hang on.
1,176 above 59 kilometers,
The
Brisbane
pilots
7
are
minutes.
blind.
59 kilometers, Brisbane 7 minutes. 59 kilometers, Brisbane 7
All right.
minutes.
There's the tower. Let's get runway.
Welcome to the airspace of our airport.
Logan
Thank
Cedar
you,
Grove.
Brisbane Airport. I'll get my
F1,
runway clearance,
combo
please.
box. Approach, brake, dash, aborting, land, dash, asking for runway, dash, asking for enter, edit.
Sign me a runway. Give me 19. Give me 19. Give me 19. Give me 19.
SK643. You've been assigned
Cedarvale.
runway 01 right.
Cedarvale.
Oh! Now I've got to taxi all the way back in to get rid of the passengers. All right, so let's go to the airport and set that.
Alt enter.
Sorry, I
combo
didn't
box.
mean to
Hot
shout.
Combo box. Waypoints. 1A left, 1B left, 1C left, 1D
Blind
left,
boy
1E left,
BB,
paren
ha.
35 kilometers, 1 right,
Right,
paren.
set that as a destination.
Added to navigation.
And then we go out.
Escape, edit. Navigation.
Jim
Route combo box. Bris 1E left,
Jim
paren
Bumble.
20 kilometers, 178 F2. 1E left, paren 33
Right,
kilometers,
so
1
we
right, 0
now
minutes,
I've
right,
changed
paren.
the autopilot to approach
Dashboard.
1E.
32 kilometers, 1E, 31 kilometers, 1E, 4 minutes. 31 kilometers,
We'll
1E,
be
4
there
minutes,
very soon, so I'm
451.
going to start slowing down again. Set speed.
Set speed, 3, 5, 0. 350.
Stall speed's
Enter, edit.
323 kilometres an hour. We're going down to
449
350.
slash 30 kilometers, 1E, 3 minutes.
So
Dead
we
ahead
should be
of
good.
12.9. 12.9 slash 12.9
And then we've
auto.
got to turn into 10 degrees to land.
12.9 slash 12.9 auto.
We're nearly on course here, so this is good.
28 kilometers, 1E, 3 minutes.
It's sort of good that it gave me
North
one,
McLean,
but
North McLean.
it means we've got to taxi all the way to the end of the runway. Taxi all the way back in, and they're about 4 kilometres long.
26 kilometers, 1E, 3
Taxiways.
minutes. 26 kilometers, 1E, 3 minutes. 12.9 slash 12.9 auto. 26 kilometers, 1E, 3 minutes. 25 kilometers, 1E, 3 minutes.
Right, so
404 slash 350 auto.
as soon as I start lining up for the runway, then I'll set up the plane for landing. We'll get the landing gear down. Oh, for fuck's sake!
Ryoka's Lair, one of those I'd rather taxi around than loop around in the air.
That scared the shit out of me again.
23 kilometers, 1E, 3 minutes.
Well, we're coming in
12.9
at
slash 12.9 slash 12.9 auto.
12.9 and I've only got to turn to 10. So it's only 2 degrees to the left.
12.9 slash 12.22 kilometers, 1E,
Park
3
South.
minutes. 21 kilometers, 1E, 369 slash
Right, we're
350
slowing
auto.
down nicely.
21 kilometers, 1E, 3 minutes. 21 kilometers, 1E, 3 minutes.
And
364
then we'll
slash
have 20
350
k's to
auto.
get to the airport. And in that time, I've got to get the flaps out and get the landing gear down. Contact the tower for ILS and all that jazz. I've got to get
19
approach
kilometers,
clearance
1E, 3
shortly.
minutes. 19
Right.
351.
We're down to
19
351.
kilometers, 1E, 3 minutes. 19 kilometers, 1E, 3 minutes.
Doing well here, folks. This is going good, this flight. I'm happy with the flight. I hope you are enjoying it back there. I hope we don't crash.
1,184 above ground. 1,217 kilometers, 1E, 2 minutes.
We might.
17 kilometers, 1E, 2 minutes.
Blind boy BB, hold on.
16 kilometers, 1E, 2 minutes.
We might come down a bit.
1,217.
Aussie Coffee Bean, I'm asleep.
Hillcrest.
I don't know what time it is that we're coming in here either. Safe altitude.
50 kilometers, safe altitude 611 meters, which is 608 meters above ground. Dash Brisbane dash YB 1,161 above ground.
Yeah, we're
15
good.
kilometers, 1E, 2 minutes. 14 kilometers, 1E, 2 minutes. 1,161 above ground. 14 kilometers, 1E, 2 minutes.
Logan City Heritage Park.
14 kilometers, 1E, 2
Logan
minutes.
City Heritage Park.
Going over Logan City.
Aussie Coffee Bean, so relaxed back here right now.
Yeah, it's a comfy flight. We had no turbulence. It's been great.
13 kilometers, 1E, 2 minutes.
Blind boy BB screams, we're gonna feckin' D.
Don't be a pussy. Can somebody calm that guy down?
1,165 above
If he
ground.
won't calm down, strap him to the seat.
1,217. 351. 35 kilometers vertical bar, Coral Sea vertical bar, 5 minutes. 11 kilometers, 1E, 1 minutes.
Right, so we're getting ready. I'll get
Brisbane's
approach
ready.
clearance.
F1,
Brisbane's
combo
ready.
box. Brake dash aborting landing. Approach dash asking for approach clearance. 9.7 kilometers, 1E,
yeah.
1 minutes. 9.3
No,
kilometers,
we'll wait a
1E,
little
1
bit
minutes.
longer.
9.0 kilometers, 1E, 1 minutes. 8.4 kilometers, 1E, 1 minutes. 351.
Blind boy BB, now you got this, I think.
7.8 kilometers,
I hope
1E,
so.
1 minutes.
For all of our sake.
7.5 kilometers, 1E, 1 minutes. 7.3 kilometers 1 E1 minutes. 7.0
Alright,
kilometers
I'll
1
get
E1
clearance,
minutes.
and
Enter.
I'll-
Edit. 6.7 kilometers 1 E1 minutes.
SK643. You can begin approach.
Thank you, tower. Autopilot off.
5.9 kilometers 1
Auto
E1 minutes.
navigation off.
Set course.
Set course. Set course set at 1990. 10. Period. Period. Comma. 2.
McGregor.
4.4 kilometers 1 E0 minutes.
Rightio. We'll be turning momentarily, guys, so hold on. We're going to be turning pretty sharp
3.8
here.
kilometers 1 E 3.7 kilometers 1 E 3.6 kilometers 1 3.5 kilometer dead ahead at 13. 3.3 kilometers 1 E0 minutes. 3.1 kilometers 1 E0 minutes. 2.9 kilometers 1 E0 minutes. 2.7 kilometers 1 E0 minutes. 2.6 kilometers 1 E0 minutes. 2.4 kilometers 1 2.3 kilometers 1 2.2 kilometers 1 2.1 kilometers 1 2.0 kilometer 1.9 kilometers 1 E0 minute 22 and 10. 1.5 kilometers 1 E0 1.3 km 351. 10. 1.0 kilometers 1 E0 0.9 kilometers 1 E 0.8 kilometers 10.
Aussie Coffee Bee and
0.5
Hostess
kilometers,
just
1
gave me a
E0 minutes.
parachute. What does that
15 right
mean?
at 25. 29 right at 39.
Reached.
1 right at 11. 1 right at 11.
Okay, so we're 1 right.
3 left at 11.
I hope I'm going
4
the right
left
way.
at 10.
Set course.
Set course 1990.
Mount Rabbit.
10. Enter. Edit.
Mount Rabbit.
18 kilometers Brisbane 3 minutes. 10.
Let's set up. Landing mode.
Aussie Coffee Bean, is there a
Taxi
problem?
lights on.
No problem at all, buddy.
1,150 17 kilometers Brisbane 2 minutes. 351. 17 kilometers Brisbane 2 minutes.
Wheels are down, folks.
16 kilometers Brisbane 1,115 above ground.
Safe altitude.
52 kilometers descent to 117 meters, which is 114 meters above ground. Down 900 to above ground. 351. 351. 780 15 kilometers Brisbane 2 minutes.
All right.
15
Set the
kilometers
flaps.
Brisbane 2 minutes.
Set the
Adds in
flaps.
2 minutes chat.
Set flap position. Set flap is 3. Enter. Edit.
Set speed.
Set speed. Set speed. Edit. 2. 7. 8. 278. Enter. Edit.
Flaps set.
Blind Boy
13
BB, what was
kilometers.
that
13
bang
kilometers
only?
Brisbane 10. Minus 20 dead ahead of 10.
Morningside.
Right, let's just quickly check our
Morning
stall
sign.
speed.
Control enter. Combo box. Pilot S jet air trap push can lap num wings length back current cruise maximum cruise flap positions colon 3 spoiler bass leg stall speed colon 263k current nose minimum flap position minimum takeoff current landing speed colon 278k MPA
Yep,
escape.
so that's the correct landing speed. Our flaps are
328
set.
slash 211 kilometers Brisbane 2 minutes. 1 right at 11.
Oh, so we gotta go that way again.
787 at 11 kilometers. Dale ahead at 11. Dale ahead at 11.
Alright.
3 left at 10.
Set course.
Set course 1990.
Wait a bit this time.
3 left at 10. 3 left at 10. 10.
Shut up!
9.3 kilometers Brisbane 1 9.2 kilometers Brisbane 810. 306 slash 200 305 slash 200 828 above ground. 807 above ground 778 above ground. 718 above ground.
Fuck off!
642 above 613 above ground 583 above 560 above ground 531 above 502 above ground 473 7.6 kilometers we're dead ahead of 10
Pinkenba.
dead ahead of 10
Pinkenba.
7.3 kilometers 473 above 400 289 slash 7.0 kilometers Brisbane 1 minute 6 dead ahead of 10 436 above ground.
Thank you.
436 above ground. 427 6
Ryo
kilometers
declared
Brisbane,
BB
1
you
minute.
ass. Lol.
6.3 kilometers 328 above ground.
300. 200.
279 flaps at
100.
150
130.
5.5 kilometers Brisbane 1 minutes. Dead ahead of 10. 5.3 5.2 kilometers Brisbane 5.1 kilometers 5.1
Runway
kilometers
list.
Brisbane 1 minutes. Combo box 01L.
Ah.
Escape. Edit. Space.
SK643. You can begin approach.
What runway am I landing on?
Blank. Escape.
130. 150.
Gonna have to do a run around, guys.
203.4 kilometers Brisbane.
Ryo
3.4 dead ahead
Slayer
of 10.
right.
Nah, I'm too
Dead ahead
close
of 10.
now. I'm gonna have to do it. Go back. Sorry. Set course.
Set course 190.
See you after the
190. Enter. Edit.
Set course.
Howdy
Set
chat,
course
supporting
0.
Rauderberg is easy. If you like the content he
8
provides, we
lights
would really
1
love you to share how you
350
feel.
190
You can head over to
Vertical.
https://5.com/auto-5.com.
I forgot what runway I was landing on. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to look around.
1.5 kilometers with 279 flaps at 3.
Better to be safe than sorry.
156 above ground. 159. 310, 156 above 153.1.4 kilometers, Brisbane 301.4 kilometers, Brisbane 124 right at 60. 290.
There was no way I was making that after 5Ks.
154 right at 71. 270.
Sorry, passengers, we're just going around. We've had an aborted landing. There was a frog on the runway.
178 to 2.6 kilometers, Brisbane 0 minutes. 245/190 auto. 240. 230. 220. 216/190
We've got plenty of
auto.
fuel, plenty of coffee.
3.7 kilometers, Brisbane 0 minutes. 200. 198/190 auto. 190. 190.
All right, we're now heading away from Brisbane Airport. We'll be heading back momentarily, folks. I apologise for the delay.
4.5 kilometers, Brisbane 0 minutes.
I'm an idiot.
Aussie coffee beans, someone say, coffee. Ryo Kusleonar, it was Jetstar T King off too slow. Lol.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it was, but we were told
5.4 kilometers, Brisbane
Don't miss
1
the
minute.
action. Subscribe now.
5.6 kilometers, Brisbane 1 minute. 5.8
So we'll
kilometers,
just head
Brisbane 1
back
minute.
out to 10 or 15 and we'll head back in again.
6.1 kilometers, Brisbane 1 minute. 279 flaps at 3.
We're all set then. I had that perfect until I forgot what runway I had to pick. Damn it.
7.0 kilometers, Brisbane 1 minute. F1, 190.2, 190.23. Escape, edit, escape. F1, brake dash aborting light approach dash asking brake land dash asking runway dash asking for run enter, edit.
SK643. You've been assigned runway 0.
130. 150.
279 flaps at 3. Space.
SK643. You've been assigned runway 01 right.
Yeah.
9.5 kilometers, Brisbane 2 minutes.
All
9.6
right.
kilometers, Brisbane 2
We'll
minutes.
make it this time, folks. I promise.
279 flaps at 3. 279 flap 10 kilometers, Brisbane 2 minutes.
Blind Boy BB wasn't 19 anyway, lol.
Yeah, it was 01 R.
11 kilometers, Brisbane 2 minutes.
I'm heading at 190 now away from the airport.
11 kilometers, Brisbane
And
2
then
minutes.
we'll fly back to 10
279
degrees.
flaps at 3. 164 left and 152 above
These
ground.
things happen, folks. Sometimes you've got to turn around and just do it again. It's better to be safe than sorry. If I had panicked and tried landing, we could have ended up on... Yeah, anywhere. We could have landed in the car
13
park.
kilometers, Brisbane 2 minutes. 13 kilometers, Brisbane 2 minutes. 279 flaps at 3.
Blind Boy
Alright.
BB 01 right.
Yep, 01 right.
14 kilometers, Brisbane 2 minutes.
Thank you.
279 flaps at 3. 190.
Yeah, because we...
140.
Mount Rabbit.
150.
195 above ground.
200.
206 above ground. 227. 279 flaps at 15 kilometers, Brisbane 3 minutes.
Nearest object.
89 kilometers vertical bar, Glen at 638 meters vertical bar, 15 kilometers, Brisbane 168 left
Ryo
at 22.
Kusle Sunshine Coast.
16 kilometers, Brisbane 3 minutes.
Yeah, I think
16
we're heading that
kilometers,
way.
Brisbane 3 minutes. 16 kilometers, Brisbane 3. 169
Alright.
left at 21. 190. 190. 16 kilometers, Brisbane 3 minutes.
All right, let's turn back. Set course. Set course.
Set course 1, 0. 10, period, comma, 2, 3, 23, enter, edit.
Hold on, folks. We're turning around.
118 kilometers, Brisbane 3 minutes. 279 flat, 170. 160.
We'll get it lined up this time.
150. 140. 130. 19 kilometers, Brisbane 4 minutes. 120. F1, combo box, approach 110, enter, edit. 19 kilometers,
approach
Brisbane 4
clearance
minutes.
again.
100.
SK643. You can begin approach.
19 kilometers, Brisbane 4 minute, 86/10
Mount
auto.
Rabbit.
19 kilometers, Brisbane 4 minute, 80.
Mount Rabbit.
70. 60. 50. 240, 39/229 above ground. 30, 10. Dead ahead of 10.
Oh, there we go. Dead ahead of 10. Nice.
10.
Right.
17 kilometers, Brisbane 3 minutes.
Sorry,
229
folks.
above,
We'll
17
do this
kilometers,
again.
Brisbane 3 minutes.
Safe altitude.
52 kilometers, descent to 117 meters, which is 114 meters above ground. 229 above ground.
200.
173 above 16 kilometers, Brisbane 3 minutes. 1 left at 9. 1 right at 9. 3 right at 9. 4 right at 10.
Set course.
Set course 1990. 4 right at 10. 4 right at 10. 15 kilometers, Brisbane 3 minutes. 4 right at 10. 4 right at 10. 10. Enter. Edit. 173 above ground. 14 kilometers, Brisbane 3 minutes. 10.
Right.
279
so we're set up
flaps at
this
3. Dead
time.
ahead at 10. 173 above ground.
Safe altitude.
52 kilometers, descent to 117 meters, which is 114 meters above ground. Runway 01, 13 kilometers, Brisbane 2 minutes.
200.
Morningside.
120 above ground.
Safe altitude.
12 kilometers, descent to 70 meters, which is 67 meters above ground. 113 above ground.
200. 150. 140.
12 kilometers, Brisbane 2 minutes. Dead ahead at 10. 279 flaps at 3.
Right. We're coming back in, folks. We'll be landing shortly. You'll be able to get your gear off. Out of the plane, not your gear. Oh, God.
11 kilometers, Brisbane 2 minutes.
Put your brain into gear before you
Dead ahead
talk,
at 10.
dickhead.
11 kilometers, Brisbane 2 minutes. 11 kilometers, dead ahead at 10. 10. 132 above ground. 10 kilometers, Brisbane 2 minutes.
150.
Safe altitude.
12 kilometers, descent to 70 meters, which is 67 meters. 9.5 kilometers, Brisbane 2 minutes. Dead ahead at 10. Dead ahead at 10.
We've got to keep it online.
9.0 kilometers, Brisbane. Dead ahead at 10. 173 above ground. 270 10. 8.5 kilometers, Brisbane. Dead ahead at 10.
We'll be connecting to ILS momentarily.
8.2 kilometers, Brisbane. 170 dead ahead at 10. Dead ahead at 10. 279 flaps at 3. 7.6 kilometers, Brisbane. 1 minute. Dead ahead at 10. 7.4 kilometers, Brisbane. 1 minute. Dead ahead at 10. 7.1 kilometers, Brisbane. 1 minute. 6.9 kilometers, dead ahead at 10. 6.8 kilometers, Brisbane. 1 minute. 6.7 kilometers,
Busy
Brisbane. 1
airport.
minute. Dead ahead at 10. 6.5 kilometers, Brisbane. 1 minute. 6.2 kilometers, Brisbane. 1 minute. 6.1 dead ahead at 10. 6.0 kilometers, Brisbane. 1 minute. 1 left at 9.
Oh, you dirty bastard.
Turn right at 9. 3 right at 10.
Set course.
Set course 1990. 10. Enter. Edit. 4.9 kilometers, Brisbane.
Runway
1
list.
minute. Combo box 10.
Runway. Oh, you dirty bastard.
Escape. Edit.
Runway list. Runway list.
Combo box 01L. 01R. Enter. Edit. F1. Brake dash aborting. Land dash asking for enter. Edit.
Set the spoilers.
Set spoiler position 1.
SK643.
Clear to land, runway
01 right.
3.0 9.8 dials. 2.8 kilometers, Brisbane 0 minutes. 2.5 kilometers,
100,
Brisbane 0 minutes.
130, 120,
115 above ground.
110,
279 flaps at 3. 100 above ground. 1.8
190,
kilometers, Brisbane 0
80,
minutes.
70,
1.7 kilometers, Brisbane 0. 1.6 kilometers,
60.
Brisbane 0 minutes. 1. 1.1 kilometers, Brisbane 0 minutes. 60 above ground. 1.0 kilometers, Brisbane 0 minutes. 0.8 kilometers, Brisbane 0. 60 above ground.
50, 40, 30,
23 above ground.
20.
18 above ground. 18 above ground. 15 above 0.2 kilometers,
Signal.
Brisbane 0 minutes.
Bravo. Runway 01 R19L.
10,
Landing successful.
Reverse thrusters on. We're down, folks.
279 flaps at 3 spoilers at 1.
Set the spoilers.
Set spoiler for 0. Enter. Edit.
Set the flaps.
Set flap position 0.
Welcome home, Mr. Coffee Bean.
Destination dash Brisbane.
spoiler set,
Destination dash 1,831 meters. 279 flaps. 279. 279. 279.
Reverse thrusters on.
279.
No.
1,257 meters. Equals dash
Why isn't the
escape.
fucking thing slowing down?
2,838 throttle preset 0.
Reverse thrusters on.
257 528.
We're not gonna stop, folks.
220
Bail out.
317 207 103 218 108 171.
Aussie Coffee Bean, when is the next flight to Canberra?
Safety zone.
Right bracket.
Bail out.
Right equals.
Bail out.
Left bracket.
No
Lateral C
way.
vertical. Radio off. Lateral C vertical by 3.8 kilometers.
I hope you've got out. I had that perfect.
Key PP. Flight evaluation dialog. Edit. Contains text.
Oh, fuck.
Ryokas Lair Oops. Aussie Coffee Bean, what happened?
Oh, I'll explain. I'll explain in a minute. Unfortunately,
Aussie Coffee Bean, where did the roof of the plane go?
I realised too late. Otherwise, I could have saved that. But hang on.
Blank.
Here's the flight report.
Fatal crash.
Fatal crash.
Blank. Flight length: 823 kilometers. Duration: 1 hours, 20 minutes. Points: -5.
-5 points.
Earnings: -160.
-160.
Minor crashes: 0. Penalty points: 0.
I had no penalties.
Blank. Cause of fatal crash: outside of the airport area.
Yeah.
Blank. Engines
Okay.
running: 4.
So I'm not going to
Model:
press
0.
any buttons because that might take us out. So let me explain what I did incorrectly there, folks.
Blind boy BB lol, that was funny.
Aussie Coffee Bean, once I get out of hospital, can I get a flight back to Canberra?
Well, unfortunately, there's no airport in Canberra in this game yet. I can take you back to Sydney because we did land successfully. So my plane is now in Brisbane. But okay, so what happened was...
Ryokas Lair, you forgot to cut the engines, didn't you?
Stop telling people. Mine to explain. Fuck. Okay, so beautiful landing, but I didn't cut the engines when I landed. I hit the spoilers, and then I was meant to cut the engines, but I didn't cut the engines. So, but as soon as I turned that, I'm going to report that as a bug, because as soon as I hit the reverse
I
thrusters,
spill my nuts, feck it lol.
What the fuck is that? One of my speakers are playing some sort of shit music out in the other room. It obviously heard me going off my nut. But yeah, so... when you hit the reverse thrusters, that should automatically cut the throttles or whatever it needs to do. So I'm going to report that as a bug because that shouldn't have happened. But yeah, I just simply forgot to cut the engines. And so once I realised I was still doing 279 kilometres an hour, what the hell is that? I'm going to have to figure that out in a minute. But yeah, so my bad. Sorry, all those passengers. I think 90% of the people bailed out.
Blind boy BB, that was a funny ending though.
Yeah, yeah, it's actually my first crash on stream, my first crash that's going over to YouTube. I've never shown me crashing, so, and it was a simple mistake too. So you imagine the stresses that these pilots go through, for God's sake. It's just unbelievable.
Aussie Coffee Bean, lucky I was asleep at the time.
Well, the stewardess picked you up and threw you out, mate. Stephanie's pretty good. She's got balls of steel. But yeah, I'm so disappointed in that. That was going so well. I was showing off. I landed it. I'm fine. It was a beautiful landing. Except for the go-around, because that was a pretty good flight, except for the go-around because I forgot. But it just shows how much these pilots have to concentrate. Because one slip-up, you kill 283 people. Well, I don't think I did kill them because we were down to about 80 kilometres an hour when we did go off the
Aussie
end of the
Coffee Bean
runway.
happens to the best of us sighted.
Yeah, I'm so disappointed. I'm just going to go and sit in the corner and bang my head against the wall now. But no, that was fun. I did enjoy that. It was a good flight other than that. But as you see, I wanted to go back to the stands and stuff. I wanted to see if it gave me a gate and things. But yeah, it's a shame you weren't there from the start, Aussie. You missed a good takeoff. You missed a good startup sequence. But
Aussie Coffee Bean, now you got to do Brisbane to Sydney.
Blind boy BB, once the plane is fixed, you can fly back.
Yeah, it won't be today, unfortunately. All right, well, how about I do Brisbane to Sydney on Thursday? Because we've got to get a successful landing. So we'll do a Brisbane to Sydney on Thursday. Same time, same bat channel, same bat place.
Aussie Coffee Bean cool.
And Aussie Coffee Bean, there's no excuses, mate. Don't you monitor your Discord server? I even posted it in there, the time, gave my link, and tagged at everyone. I don't know, and I even tagged you in it.
Aussie Coffee Bean, as everyone knows, the real Batman is Adam West.
Yep. Agree. Don't come on my channel starting arguments. If any of you guys now start an argument over this, I'll laugh my tits off. But all right, so I guess...
Aussie Coffee Bean, I'm terrible in Discord, lol.
Yes, I can see that. Even when you tagged, you must get pinged for that, and you still don't notice. But that's okay. That's okay. We all miss things, but you made it for a little. You made it for the crash anyway. But yeah, I do want to see you. I do want you to see it from the start and have the whole sequence.
Aussie Coffee Bean, weird phone does not pick it up.
Yeah.
Blind Boy BB and Batman.
Yeah. Blind Boy BB's Batman. He's a fucking weirdo too. Okay. I think we're still on fire here. Well, out of that plane crash, there was a fatal crash. It was only me and Liam. Liam and I died. Everybody else survived. But yeah, all right. I'll do the same flight, but we'll do it in reverse on Thursday. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of what I got on Thursday. So we'll do that. So I'll get you. I'll talk to you on Discord, Aussie, and I'll get your phone number and I'll text you. Yeah. Maybe we will have less passengers next time, though. I'm getting a bad name as a shit pilot, so all right, let's...
Aussie Coffee Bean, haha.
Blind Boy BB was fun. Cheers for the stream.
Yep, it was great fun. So all right, we'll close it off for now. Thanks everybody for watching. BB, can you give Aussie Coffee Bean an SO for me? Give yourself an SO, or if you want to.
Ryokus Lair going to grab a cuppa, then we'll be in chat.
Yep. I'll have my usual cool down and jump in Discord for a bit and have a chill chat before the wife gets home. But okay, so for all you guys, I'm just waiting for Coffee Beans SO. Unless BB left as soon as he said great stream. Thanks. Nah.
Aussie Coffee Bean could improve on food served up on board.
Yeah. All right, I'll try and employ a chef for the next round.
Hey chat, you should check out Aussie Coffee Bean's channel. They last played Euro Truck
Thanks,
Simulator
dude.
2. Head over to https://twitch.tv/AussieCoffeeBean and give him a follow.
Yep, 100%. Great guy. Has some great streams. But all right, so we'll do the usual first. So most of us here are all part of the Blind Gaming Club. If you're interested in finding
Aussie
out
Coffee
some
Bean
stuff
actually
about
didn't
that.
play that unfortunately big storm last night. Thanks.
Yes, I saw that you weren't on last night. I was prepared to watch, and I had to watch a bit of Grumpy Old Nerd, and then I went off and watched somebody else for a bit. So, but no, hopefully you're on for Tuesday. But yeah, part of the Blind Gaming Club. If you want to find out more about what we do, go to the website and join our Discord.
For more info about the Blind Gaming Club, here's the link https://blindgamingclub.com, and to join our Discord, here's the link https://discord.gg/sp2fzgqq. Hey chat, including you lurkers, you should follow Rauderberg. You can do a ninja follow when the stream is over, but if you do it now, you will get all the bells and whistles.
Yep, quick.
Come on, you know you want to.
Do that follow now before I close out. But yep, okay, so thanks to Blind Boy BB for dropping by, Aussie Dragon, Ryuku's Lair, Camaro 76, 97, 83. I hope I got all your numbers there, buddy. Aussie Coffee Bean. Genos Smurf, who's probably pushing Zeds right now.
Ads in 2 minutes, chat.
Oh, ads in 2 minutes. We'll close before the ads anyway. Oh, or should I just keep you here and get paid for the ads? Okay, guys. What would you like to know about Thursday's flight? No, I'm kidding. I will close it there. But thanks very much, everybody, for watching. This will go over to YouTube. But yeah, so thanks again, and we'll catch you on Thursday for the flight from Brisbane to Sydney. Bye-bye.
Stream Deck, setting ending scene for OBS.
Alt Control Shift 5.
Hope you enjoyed the stream, but that's it for now.
Oh, that won't work. Hang on.
Aussie Coffee Beans, thanks for the stream, mate.
Yeah, no worries. Sorry, I've changed my thingo, so it's not going to work. So I'm here for another minute or so. Switch to default profile. Switch to default profile. Switch to streaming profile. Switch to stream profile. Profile name.
This is the streaming profile.
There we go. We'll try that again. How about we get Stream Deck to close out for us again. Thanks very much, guys, and hopefully I'll catch you tonight, Aussie Coffee Bean. Tuesday.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Stream Deck, setting ending scene for OBS.
Alt Control Shift 5.
Hope you enjoyed the stream, but that's it for now.
To stop muted.
Currently on screen is
Microphone
large
muted for a
stylized
stream.
lettering, which says that's all, folks.
Ending scene activated. You can now finalize the stream when ready.
Feel the rush, a world unknown. Planes high, we're taking flight. With no eyes, we rule the night. Wings spread wide, feel the air. In our zone, got no despair. In the blind gaming club, we thrive.
Currently on screen is large stylized lettering, which says that's all, folks.
Combat, no sight needed, we got that. In the blind gaming club, we thrive. Hear the cheers, feel alive. Kicking ass in Mortal Kombat. No sight needed, we got that. Feel the
Currently on screen is large stylized lettering, which says that's all, folks.
our skills grow.